with the rock and you fumbled it. Finna spin the block in the mothership. Rock like Woodstock, big stock, smother shit. Word to Uncle Sam, we tax like the government. Still in the game till the day I'm in love with it. You are now rocking with the most coveted. Unapologetic, let you know who you fucking with. What's the use? I got the juice. Tapping head tops like Duck, Duck, Goose. Slide off smooth in a coupe, no roof. Rocking sheep's clothing, I'm the big bad wolf. Double up, we gon' double down and double that. If I feel I'm double crossed, I'ma double back. That's a couple hundred large in a duffel bag. Blitzkrieg, somebody gon' end up a pack. Yeah, with the shit. Finna call a blitz. Make you call it quits. I can execute the plan on improv off script. With my brothers from another living color with the skit. Yeah, with the shit. Finna call a blitz. Make you call it quits. I can execute the plan on improv off script. With my brothers from another living color with the skit. Yeah, you half steppers can't fuck with this. I'm with the big steppers and we stumping shit. Ice grill, you can feel the momentum shift. Alpha and the Omega. I'm the Genesis, real savage, go-getter. Yeah, I'm getting it. School of hard knock, I'm the mascot.
What's good, gang? It's the Guchinni representing the Hard to Start podcast. Tapping in to remind y'all that coming this August 20th of 2026, the second annual GWN The Westside League live draft weekend will be popping off. Man, you will see all the cast of characters that you see live on the GWN every day. You'll see a lot of people that's in the chat every day on the stream, and then you'll see some of your favorite content creators that you've seen us make content with in this conglomerate that we call the GWN 100%. So what you need to do is go ahead and like and subscribe wherever you found us at, and if you screenshot that you subscribe, we are giving away multiple giveaways during the live draft. 100%. We will be running our regular scheduling program. Thursday night will be Playmakers. Friday morning will be WYGU. And then later on that Friday will be the live Westside League second annual draft. And during the draft, we will have multiple giveaways like this right here. This autographed mini helmet of Jackson Smith and Jigba Super Bowl helmet. Here over at the GWN in the Hard to Start, we putting up championships on the wall, and we want to bless the people that rock with us who putting up championships on the wall, you know what I mean, with some of these little special items to put in your man cave, your she cave, you know what I mean, whatever it may be. But yeah, make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe, because that's all you got to do to be entered to win this helmet. Click that bell, and then tune in to the second annual GWN live Westside Fantasy Football Draft Weekend. 100%. Peace.
Shout out everybody that got ran over in my way. Feel low and I'm mad sober flipping way. Send them things down the interstate. I'm in
the
Yes. Top of the top.
Justin Herbert just got engaged. Good man.
All right.
MVP season incoming. Let's fucking go.
All right.
Way to start the show off with that.
He's getting it. Hit that beer. Hit
you
that
know
beer.
what? All right. I was trying to save that as a surprise, but congratulations, Justin Herbert.
But
you got engaged, man. The kid's growing
best
up.
Congratulations is to the GWN, motherfuckers. Let's go.
There you go.
Let's go. Happy
this is a
1,000
Thou Wow.
motherfuckers. Let's fucking go.
Yeah,
We a
absolutely.
Thou Wow deep in this thing, man. Shout out to
Shout
Guchinni
out to
JD.
Emil,
Shout
man.
out to
Yep.
Peacock. You know what I mean?
JD said he'll be here in 10 minutes. So.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Gee, so the fella he'll pull up. You know what I mean? We celebrated this morning. We do got some news because you know what I mean. He doesn't stop. You know what I mean?
What's up, King
He's
D?
unstoppable. You know what I mean?
Thank you. 1,000.
Yeah, come on, the Thou Wow, B.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? That fucked me up last week when someone was like, "This is $9.99 right here," and we about to be the Thou Wow. I said, "For real?"
Yep.
I'm glad that the countdown wasn't started like way long ago because it crept up. It was like, oh shit, we're already there.
Yeah, we're 5 away or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was.
I was like, we're $9.99. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I noticed it during the World Cup. That's when I really noticed it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you know, not to say this is episode 1,000, but just as far as the video count, you know what I mean? And this, all this is the 1,000th piece of content we've put out here on the GWN. You know what I mean? And man, it's been dope, man. You know what I mean? I couldn't ask to do this with any other group of brothers, man. You know what I mean? Like this shit is dope. Like, you know what I mean? We got the Vegas thing coming up. It's obviously a tradition now. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, we just appreciate everybody who's been rocking with us because you know what I mean. You know what I mean? We know y'all. The ones that rock with us, they really fuck with us. You know what I mean? And like, you know, it's bigger than this content shit. I'll tell you that way. You know what I mean? Way bigger than this content shit, man. But just wanted to get that off my damn self. You know what I mean? Just wanted to show gratitude, show my gratitude to everybody.
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Derek. Shout out to Emil, King D, Diamond Joseph.
Hey.
Innocent Fornicator. What's up?
What up, Smokey? Yeah, man. Smokey was just here yesterday. You know what I mean? It was man, fucking awesome. See, that's another thing too. Like bigger than this content shit. You know what I mean? And, like even with y'all fellas right here on the show with me right now, and JD about to pull up.
What up, Derek?
Man, you know, shout out to Derek. Shout out to Emil. You know what I mean? Shout out to King D. You know what I'm saying? You get a lot of good brothers. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you know, I feel like I'm a reflection of who I surround myself with. You know what I mean? So I definitely show gratitude for the ones that keep me around too, because I must be doing something right my damn self. You know what I mean?
Sir.
Shout out to everybody, man. You know what I mean? We rocking, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, dog. So how was your weekend?
Mine was kind of quiet. I kind of liked it. Kind of quiet. Actually, no, I was out getting things for Vegas, last minute things, because these weeks are flying by. And I'm like, shit, I got to get stuff now, prepare myself and get stuff going.
You're trying to avoid.
You got some new draws, didn't
you?
Huh?
You went and bought some new draws, huh?
No, I got some new shorts, yeah. Got some new shorts. I got some.
I need to get me some new socks and draws, too. Hey, I want to admit something. Let me admit something right now. In my entire life, I have never bought my own socks or underwear.
Yeah. I get it.
My mom, my whole life, then my girl picked up right where she left off, and it's been ever since.
Yeah, Catherine picked out 4 new pairs of cargo shorts for me for Vegas. I was like, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
Okay. He's carrying heavy cargo this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, look.
He's got 2 phones. He's got to have those extra pockets.
Right? Ooh, you should listen. You should get like some custom. It's not really a hat, but it's like cargo shorts for your ears.
Just like cargo cult.
I was just trying to tell you, man. Listen, we might be onto something here.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? You could probably hang a whole pair of shorts off one of them ears alone. I'm trying to
don't tell your barber to let your ear hair grow. Don't cut it. Have some personality. Have like a little mustache or something.
It's short.
Hey, look, man, we might be onto something.
Hey, I don't know who it was, but I want to go back and remember the ear with the eye black in the ear. And it was like a big ear, you know, the side, and then they had the, look.
That's right.
It looked like it was ready to go to war. It had the fucking eye black.
Yeah, I wasn't fucking with that ear.
Who
did that? Was that Diamond Joe who whipped that?
I think it was Diamond Joe.
Peacock, Diamond Joe.
It was one of them.
It might have even been Dennis.
I know. Yeah, Dennis was in on it. I got in on it. I was a little bit late. I think this year YouTube really made it easy to get in on it. So pause.
Yeah, that is true. YouTube offers all the AI bullshit now.
That AI shit that YouTube has available. Yeah. If you see a short, see if you can remix it. And that's
What's
the
up,
easiest
Dennis?
way to get started.
What up, Dennis? Top of the top. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I got in the lab on Sunday. You know what I mean? Cooked up some goodness, right? And then in a mushroom alcohol flurry, right? I agree, because I'm always against the machine. But my boy goes, hey, let's run. So I did this one joint. He's like, let's just run the lyrics through one of them AI joints. Let's just see what it do. And I'm like, normally I'd be like, never, right? And I even said it too. I was like, you getting this? Because I'm filming the whole Bogumentary thing. So, we're filming the whole, every time we're in the lab, we're filming, you know what I mean? So I told the camera, you getting that? He's like, yeah. I was like, never. And then he was like, come on, bro. And I was like, all right, fuck it, let's see it. You know what I mean? I just, out of nowhere, I was like, all right, you know what? I'm not going to resist it. Let's just see what it do. And that shit made me feel defeated for a second. I was like, damn, AI is so crazy. It took all my lyrics and it turned it into like a dance fusion fucking explosion. And
oh, wow.
It was hella tight.
So it used your, like, it sounds like you. I have to admit that you could tell it.
Did I send them to you, Kitteh?
You got the two in the chat. One was the audio only, without without you on top of the track.
I must have sent the instrumental
on the very last one.
Oh yeah, okay. So I meant to send that one first.
On the very last one, you had your voice on the track.
Yeah, my vocals was on there. Yeah. So I take my vocals, ran it through one of them AI generators, or my boy did, and then it shot out the other track.
Oh shit! There we go. That's how it works.
So it's written by me, but they just found
1,000. Damn, 1,000. We're gonna be saying that a lot today.
A thou wow.
Yeah. Man.
Right? I'm rolling up for the thou wow.
Yeah, I'm celebrating with the good old fashioned PBR.
Nice. Has it been hella hot working the nights this time of year?
I can't complain. Most people would
it be like 50?
Give anything if they're in extreme climates. What I have to deal with it's not bad.
Right?
It's everything that you would imagine Southern California to be. Is this, it's not that bad. We can complain. Californians will make
because you don't work during the day. You're
right. Yeah, that's another benefit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think right around 90 has been the high, which is still early because it doesn't usually get hot in this area till like August. September.
Oh, word.
Yeah, it's nasty here in August. Yeah.
September, October, sometimes even December will get a dry heat spell. Like a heat wave will come through and kind of give us a summer like Christmas. Remember, plenty of summers where I'm out there,
A summer like Christmas.
Whatever. Yeah.
I've definitely traveled and changed
where you
the
get
climate.
To call your relatives on the East Coast and brag, and they're like, "Oh man, that's amazing!" The whole fucking same song and dance.
It's funny because most of the time, my sister, her man, my brother-in-law, he's from the East Coast. He's from Jersey and whatnot. So, and most of their family's like in Connecticut these days. So they will have early Christmas with my sister and them, and then they travel East Coast every year. So they have white Christmases every year. Yeah. I be tripping out when I talk to other examples. We're Cali kids, obviously, you know what I mean? But when I talk to like my man Smokey in the chat, he from Chicago, you know what I mean? And he was telling me about having to dig the car out the snow in the morning.
What's up, Booger?
I don't want to. What up? But you know what I'm talking about? I mean, you've been through Chicago too, right, Kitteh? You ever been there during the wintertime?
I've been there for multiple weeks during the wintertime, and that's all I needed. No, I never moved there. It's not an option.
Who was it? It was your baby mom's fam that was out there or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Chicago.
Yeah, so the city though is outside of when San Francisco is on its game, it's the best city in the United States. I've never been to New York City, and then
New York is
Chicago is my
awesome.
second favorite.
Oh, New York is nice, kid.
But I will tell you, Frisco is the shit. Like Frisco.
Yeah, when it's actively the like a healthy, clean, happening place.
Yeah, because there's a little
fucking
wild
awesome
there.
place.
There's some areas you walk around, you gotta watch for them bums because they're just walking around holding a syringe out.
Yeah, it's pretty
What's
bad.
up, Buddha? Loaded.
Dog. You gotta look out for these motherfuckers.
Definitely not safe to not pay attention to where you're walking. You know, like
you
everywhere
might even step on like actual human shit.
Actually,
like,
shit is everywhere.
Like
needles.
there's certain places in the city that's just. But you know what's crazy is when they had like I think they had like the Chinese ambassador or something. He came into town and then they cleaned up like all of a sudden the mayor of Frisco like cleaned out a bunch of the bums and whatnot. But I was like, no, how come you don't just do this on the regular? Because they all eventually came back too. You know what I mean? There's only so long you can ship them off and they'll come back. It's like the weather outside in the Bay Area. You go out, you look outside, homeless is like the weather. You look outside, and it's really homeless out there. It's really coming down.
It's weird to say,
like it's
but
cloudy or
we
something.
all know that there's plenty of
time.
homeless that ain't trying to not be homeless, and they would love a compound. And there's some serious talk of creating compounds.
JD always brings it
for
up
the
how
ones that
he
want
raised
to
like
live
$1 billion for
in
the
the shack life.
JD always talks about this, bro. Like Newsom raised like $1 billion or something like that. Some crazy amount, and for the homeless, and where the fuck they still out there in the motherfucker? You know what I mean?
It's almost like we'll have to still police them, and they'll be a part of society and governance. But in their compound, like nobody's gonna go through their stuff, bother them, and make hopefully they fucking take care of their compound. But I doubt it. That's the whole reason why they choose to stay the way they are, because the drugs is keeping them active.
And then a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, drugs will lead to mental health, and then so you got the combination of being homeless, addicted to drugs, and you have mental health that's undiagnosed, and you're out there in the wild. You know what I mean? Like it's very sad. My girl worked in she works in mental health still to this day. She's a nurse, but like so she actually, because of her line of work, it kind of made me feel I grew more sympathetic to them because I didn't I was ignorant to
once you go so far down the
like I was homeless back up. But I was like, okay, they're all fucked up, man. And
if you go too far down that one for a long time, it'll be rough riding for the rest.
That's a fact. Like, okay, look at this, bro. It's
to
like
recover,
the
road to recovery after that is not anything anybody should ever go through. It's
out of sight, out of mind is everything to me when it came to that, right? Because when I moved out here, I'm in the big giant suburb now, and like I tripped out.
Shit, that's breaking.
When people were asking me, hey, how you like it out there? I fucking hate it. And then, but I would always bring up, but there's no bums, right? And like, then my boy that's living out here, he brought up that they stopped doing in this city some time ago. They stopped doing public transportation on this side, on like all the new development. There's no buses that come through here. There's a train, but it's only a cargo train. So there's no train station people can get off. So it helps contribute to the bums not getting here. And you'll still see some bums here and there. And I feel bad for them too, because they'll be like alone. They won't, you won't see like an encampment or whatever, you know what I mean? Because that's what I'm used to seeing.
Not all
camp on
ganged
the side
up.
of the road, right? So they're walking out there, it's like 100 degrees. They're hella slow. And they're like literally hunched over and like, oh, they got it bad out here. You know what I mean?
Lee, you got breaking news, I could tell.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield, fellas.
He's got the bag.
Extension is over. He's going to be a free agent. He's playing out the year.
Oh, wow.
He gave him a deadline.
Here it is. Bucks Baker Mayfield expected to end the contract extension talks and play. And the plan is to now Mayfield to play this season in the final year of his contract. He is scheduled to become a free agent in March.
Hey, think about this, bro. You got the Vikings. You got, the Jets, right? You got all these teams next year.
Could have been the Rams.
Could be that, like, let's say Stafford and them win the Super Bowl. He goes, I'm going off into retirement into the sunset. They will bring in Baker, who played under Liam Cohen, who was a product of Sean McVay. Like, you know what I mean? I actually put Dak in that same conversation too. Like, you know what I mean? Say
Oh,
Stafford
Jerry
misses
would
this
hell
year
pay
and
that.
next year, and
We're
Dak
just gonna
free out
bite the
next
bullet
year.
and call that a miss. Okay, because we're not missing out on these free agent quarterbacks if we're the Rams. It's just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's like whoever they end up with, we want that person in fantasy. You know what I mean? McVay's very aggressive. And I don't know about this kid, Ty Simpson. They did draft him in the first round, but that means they have 5 years to see what to do with him. You know what I mean?
It's like, no.
You know what I mean?
Too, for sure. I like Baker Mayfield. He set a deadline for them. I didn't know the exact date. I knew it was in late July. And he said, if we haven't figured out by then I'm playing out the year. And I don't know about y'all, but when
he held his word.
Their word, I respect that shit.
Hey, Dennis said, could Cleveland go for Baker again?
That would be an interesting
mean,
place.
shit.
It depends on, like the attitude that Cleveland possesses. Because I don't know if they're ready to, because I think they're still in total rebuild.
They're
like,
hold on.
quarterback of the future
They're gonna
does
give him
sound
the
great
keys,
right
man.
now. Young quarterback, super cheap contract, get a bunch of other players that can support the young guy. That's more of Cleveland's route.
Wait, hold on. Wait a second here. So you mean to tell me they're going to give Baker the keys back to the stadium?
Unless the
Remember that
two
shit?
recievers that they
Oh,
acquired
yeah.
in the draft turn
Remember
out
in
to
the
be.
commercial?
Hey,
In the
hey,
commercial,
I
he
guess
was living there.
they
He was
did
like,
do
listen.
some work on this last
He was
draft. On
he was
offense.
sweeping the fucking stadium steps.
Right?
Yeah, that was
trash.
there was
Hey,
two.
Baker's hella funny to me, dog.
There was definitely a multitude.
There'll
of
be
companies
suitors for
that
Baker
definitely
Mayfield. This is going to
did.
be a line.
Okay.
It's going to be at least 6 or 7 teams deep. Pause on that one.
And then depending on his, what kind of run he
Baker
takes the
doesn't
team
know.
on. If he takes, Tampa on a deep run this year, then they would be inclined to give him the bread, I would imagine. Because it's like, what are they going to do? Do just well enough that they're going to hope a QB falls to them in the 20s next year? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he
All right, here's a
personally.
neat. What would you rather have if you were a general manager and coach, a Jalen Hurts or a Baker Mayfield?
I'd go Baker Mayfield.
Give me Baker.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: is like I think Jalen Hurts, the system that he's been in, doesn't allow him to shine as much as he probably could. Like, you know what I mean? Like Jalen, he's never won over 5. I think he's only won over 500 pass attempts once in his career. You know what I mean? They're definitely a run first team. They're
so much of it
predicated on their defense.
Baker looks like a nice passer at times, and then there's Jalen Hurts where maybe you can, you're going to have to really dig for a nice Jalen Hurts, okay, this was all Jalen Hurts right here.
I mean,
Whereas
they literally invented a signature
push.
move. The tush push. Like, we've
it's
never
a quarterback
seen that, and it was
sneak.
very effective. And, like, he probably has, like, 30 – how many tush push touchdowns do you think he got? Like 20-something?
For fantasy, it was awesome. We definitely
For sure.
He's top 5 quarterback in fantasy.
Yeah, like, he's about to run one in when they're down there. They're about to tush push his way up in there. Pause.
Yeah, they might go back to that, right, Bogey? I wouldn't be surprised to see them actually try and get better at that, because the league started doing it, and then they started becoming less successful with it, and got away from it.
I mean, shit, Jason Peters, or what's his name? Jason Kelsey retired, and then you definitely saw. I mean, he was the nose of that fucking. He was
maybe
the
they figure
head
it
of
out
that
and they
fucking,
try and implement a
tush
2.0 version. Yeah, we get another quarterback sneak.
I mean, once Josh Allen and them started doing it, it was like no fair as I can, because he's a giant too. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I like Jalen Hurts. I just like Baker better.
Me too. I just like, because Baker's just he's the rooster, man. You got these out there. He's strutting his stuff. He got his chest out. He's talking a gang of shit. He's headbutting fools. You know what I mean? Like, I fuck with that type of shit.
Same.
Jalen's a perfect example. His daddy was a coach.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is just a very disciplined kid. You know what I mean? I like Baker. He got a little wild side to him. He's willing to bet on himself too. You know what I mean? Like, look, fuck y'all. I told y'all July.
The problem with Baker is the last half of his seasons, you see him start to slump down or struggle. That's my problem with him. With Jalen Hurts,
he's taking a beating.
Intermediate to deep passing, it's a lot of short stuff. That being said, I could understand an argument depending on the offense you're going to go into where an organization would rather have Hurts over Mayfield. I personally would just rather have Bake because I'm not trying to run 15 pushes unless it's for fantasy. Because like you said, Jalen Hurts is good for about 12 to 15 push touchdowns. So.
And another reason
kinda
why
insane.
Baker would be good is the way that McVay uses that running game. When Baker has Bucky Irving available this season, I think we're gonna see a better Baker. This year is gonna reflect more along his traditional numbers when he broke out. You know, he's broken out. I had this whole fucking rant a couple years ago about Baker, where if you continue to doubt this guy, then you need to wake up and really dig and watch some of the stuff that he's pulled off.
Let's just be honest here.
Fucking pretty good.
Go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning with Baker. Before Justin Herbert reset the rookie passing touchdown number, Baker tied it. So there was a while there that Baker was tied for the rookie touchdown passing record at 28, along with, at the time, Russell Wilson and Peyton Manning. And this is insane to think about it because he started out late. You know what I mean? He started out like a few weeks into it. Remember, they were doing the whole Tyrod Taylor experiment first before they brought in Baker full time. And he threw 28 tugs and tied the then rookie record. So, Baker can sling it. You know what I mean? And then because right after, the reason I'm pointing this out too is right after his rookie year, they fired that entire staff. They brought in Stefanski. Stefanski is a let the run game open the passing game kind of guy, wide zone scheme. We're really going to, play action. So we didn't see him featured. It was QB friendly, but they didn't have to rely on his arm like that. He had Nick Chubb. Once he got down to Tampa, and see, it took a while to get to Tampa, right? He had to go to fucking, he went to Carolina first. They weren't fucking with him. Remember, they had him and Darnold at the same time. Then he goes over to the Rams. That one hurt Stafford year, he goes to the Rams, closes the year out with them, and we saw what Baker could do in a system like this, and that's why when Liam Corum was over there with the Bucks, he had just been over there with Baker, so and then we saw Baker take off with the Bucks. You know what I mean? We actually saw him take a step back last year, not only due to injuries, but the fact that they changed the coaching regime because Liam Corum went on to go take that fucking head coaching gig.
So technically, Baker's betting on himself. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Because he wants to see where Tampa's headed. In general, you would think that they're trying to win a championship, but in his eyes, they didn't bring back Mike Evans.
They do have a
Vita Vea drama. I don't know if the enthusiasm, which is crazy to say because that division is wide open, most competitive division.
Todd Bowles,
any team in there could win.
Todd Bowles is a phenomenal defensive coordinator. Him as a head coach, the only reason he's getting his second go around this time is because contractually, Bruce Arians had it to where when he stepped down, that he made them put in a contract that they would hire Todd Bowles as his predecessor. So they're honoring that. But I think Todd Bowles is out of there if they don't have success.
Marco from the future, Germany, what's up?
What up, Marco?
Let's go, Germany in the house. Okay.
I did.
Yeah, Marco,
hey, Marco, you got shoot him the link. And Marco, if you're free, if you want to join us, man, for the 1,000. Wow.
What do you think about Peacock's idea? I totally see Baker Mayfield, making that locker room probably click at a different tempo than CJ Stroud probably can. CJ Stroud is definitely still young enough to build a veteran quarterback presence.
I feel like CJ Stroud's a really, really good person. He's like a great human being. I kind of want to kill her. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I was thinking that earlier today. I was like, if only he wasn't so nice. I think the perception.
Right? He's just such a good dude.
Yeah.
You
Baker,
know
we already know he's a veteran
guy.
Quarterback. He's got that leadership presence. Everybody in the room is probably looking at Baker going, hey, that's our quarterback. That's all that. Those locker rooms, they tend to win a lot of games.
That is true because they want to ride for each other. You know what I mean? When you hear about camaraderie and shit with those teams, it definitely usually goes hand in hand with them winning. You'd be like, you don't hear about the Raiders going, man, that team is so awesome in that locker room. No, they're mad as fuck. You know what I mean?
All the time.
I would imagine You know what I mean?
No, but hey, you brought it up earlier, Bogey, and I think the one small part you left out, Baker out there headbutting his teammates. Bake didn't have a helmet on when he was doing that shit, and he's headbutting.
Yeah, you ain't lying. He's a savage. What? He was. That was when he was with the Rams. He threw a touchdown pass and he got it. Juice. He was like, "Yes, I told you I still got it."
Yeah,
because they were shitting on him for a while there. Baker, Darnold. They both went through and you know what's funny is they liked Darnold in that locker room. They didn't like Baker apparently back in those Carolina days. Remember DJ Moore was like, Baker's not my.
That's another quarterback that I've heard nothing negative about Darnold's locker room presence.
Yeah,
for us,
back to the Niners when he was with my Niners, brother. So they kept talking about how they love some Darnold. I was like,
Darnold into the lineup. We're like, come on. Up until the last Minnesota,
the Vikings really showed us
Seattle year. Yeah, maybe.
I mean, he won the Super Bowl. I hate him.
Dynasty, he's still pulling in top end QB2, low end QB1 at best, which is where. The dead zone of quarterbacks for one QB leagues. You don't want to be the 12th best quarterback.
I mean, he's definitely in the tree of the same system that he's been flourishing in. Because when he got to the Vikings, he was coming from the Niners, so he got with Kevin O'Connell, who's one of the known QB whisperers, unless your name is JJ McCarthy, right? But and he totally went with Darnold, and then you got. Then Darnold goes over to links up with Kubiak, who he was with the 49ers, and they go and win the fucking Super Bowl, goddammit. And now we got a former assistant from Shanahan. He's the new OC over there again for Seattle. So, he's maybe Darnold does have it in him still to surpass what he's shown us, or maybe this is more like what we should expect, kind of like he's like a QB2.
I think it's total game manager trying not to turn over the ball, Yeah,
and then let the defense keep you in the game.
Losing Kubiak is going to be huge, though. I think that it's going to look different. I don't expect Seattle to have a year even close to like they did last year.
I'm with you, especially because shout out to my man Clock, Niner fan, diehard, by the way.
I'm starting to come around with Frank Reich.
He's been working for the Seahawks. Hold on, let me get this out. Clock worked with the Seahawks the last few years. Last year, they weren't meeting each other on the contract renewal numbers-wise, so he took the year off. They went on to win a Super Bowl. Now he's back working for them, and I said, listen, how dare you not take that job last year? Because you see what happened when you weren't in the building. You know what I mean? Listen, I got a guy.
That's funny as fuck. That is funny.
They're not winning the Super Bowl this year. Fuck that. Shout out to Clock.
That team's too depleted. That team lost too many people, I thought.
I mean, what they lost Mafe, Walker, and then did they replace Mafe with anybody in free agency?
I don't think so. I think they drafted people to hopefully the replacements. Nothing.
Snyder's he's a good GM. He finds gems late, for real. He's one of those guys that's super notorious for that. I mean, the whole Legion of Boom, I think only one of them was a first rounder. Everyone else was third or better or worse.
Oh, yeah. Browner was a fifth. I mean, they did an incredible job. Yeah. Hey, guys, I want to say this real quick. Sure. We got to get out. Congratulations, 1,000 episodes. That's insane. I don't know how many I've done, but not with this show that I'm on now. That's a huge feat. I hope y'all are celebrating all day and all night long. Wow. Be safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't have done before. Water with lemon now, boys. Thank you so much for everything you guys do for me. Thanks for having me on the show. I'm out now.
And I'll tap you later.
Booga Peters, everybody.
Yeah, Booga.
Peace. Yeah, man. Lee, let him know. Remind him, Lee, where to catch you on Tuesday with him.
Yeah. On the Bolt Blitz Uncut tonight, about 6:00 Eastern time.
Oh, that's right. Today is Tuesday.
And then after that, I go right to Stay Tuned. It's Toxic Tuesday tonight.
Well, Scout, I might pull up. Sure. Depends. Got some things to handle later on today. But yeah, man, you know what I mean? Appreciate shout out to our man Booga Peters once again. Pull it up, you know what I mean? Always a pleasure rocking with Brett. You know what I mean? Dude's awesome. I hope he can swing Vegas. That'd be dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
.2156. YouTube changed the username thing. Go ahead.
They changed it again, even.
Yeah. I don't recognize ZA2156.
Man, shout out to Za though, man. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I would imagine it's for that Zaza. You know what I mean?
He's yo football's Beck. Glad to hear y'all voices.
Let's go, man. Shout out to Za, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, maybe he got YouTube sometimes do that. Like, remember before, like all of a sudden it was showing everybody like real government names out. We're like, what's going on? But yeah, man, shout out to Za, man. Appreciate you pulling up. You know, we back. You know, we ain't never left too type of shit. You know what I mean?
For real. Derek remembers Za.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Za. You know what I mean? That's for that Zaza. You know what I mean? Speaking of Zaza.
Herbert got engaged. Yeah, we talked about it. That was like the first thing. He couldn't hold back.
I have them
He's like, oh my goodness,
we were 1 second on the
Super Bowl. I'm like, what?
CMC's about to have a baby.
A second one. Exactly.
There you go. That's the fucking Super Bowl.
I really believe in these things. These intangible things are dope. Like, if I was Lad McConkey every day, I'd be like, all right, bro. Hey, I want you to throw me a touchdown pass. You can do for your wife, bro, your fiance. You know what I mean? I would use every bit of that to motivate him. Do you feel this? Let me ask you something about Justin Herbert. Do you feel like he doesn't be fired up as enough as he should be? I feel like he's like on. Feels like he's on.
I mean, he does play for the Chargers.
Well, what's this?
I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like maybe he's really just locked in. You know what I mean? He's he's like a stone cold killer versus like, you know, really getting fired up.
He probably wishes he plays for the Niners.
I mean, this is his favorite team growing up. He has a picture.
Oh yeah, that's right. The little second grade artwork. When
he was like like second grade. It was like a stick figure.
Yeah,
wearing a Chargers thing.
That's
he manifested it. He said, "I want to play for the San Diego Chargers." Is what it was.
Yeah, of course.
I want to play for the San Diego Chargers. He was mad as fuck when he was like, "No, it's the Chargers, but it's LA."
That duck back behind me, it's got his name in there. All the Oregon greats are embedded into that duck. It's kind of cool when you get close to it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
They got Herbert name in there too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Herbert was dope.
We got a fantasy question from Albert. Herbert or Caleb for fantasy this season?
Herbert for me.
Yeah, Caleb is.
Caleb's a little too pricey at this point. I don't know where he's going.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's because of the price wise mainly, but like also too, you gotta love the idea of Caleb in year 2 with Ben Johnson, and then you gotta love the idea of Justin Herbert, who has a history of throwing for 5,000 already and throwing for 30 plus, and then now he's gonna get with Mike McDaniels. Like, we love this, right? So price wise, I'd probably just wait on Herbert because he's gonna be cheaper than a Caleb.
If you check out the Hard to Start, JD mentioned Lad McConkey, and he put up the stats on why his regress was, and which we all knew it was because of Keenan Allen. So Keenan Allen not being there, it's going to go back to the opportunities that he saw, and plus. So
I know, right?
I think Lad.
I want to fire up the bagpipes.
Is a lot more, I guess. Bankable on being a true WR1 than anybody over in Chicago right now. Which, not saying that they don't have anybody. I'm just saying I'm banking on Lad easier than I can with Burden or Odunze right now, just because of I've seen what Lad can do with Herbert when he's his favorite target, and it's fucking pretty good.
Yeah,
and I want more of that.
They're gonna run enough that like it's gonna definitely open up for the passing game. Like, they want to make sure
gonna be a big difference maker.
Yeah, they want to make sure that you cannot just drop everyone back. You're gonna have to
cross your fingers. He's truly healthy.
Too. Justin Herbert got legs on him too. Pause. Like, they're gonna have to account for that because he will be utilized here and there. They're gonna have him in the mix here. Like, I like.
Yeah, he got about 790. Was it 791 last year on the ground?
He's definitely capable of taking the chunk yardage when it's
given to him.
But that's just the way that the defense probably stacks up against the Chargers when, I don't know, if the Chargers are still doing their thing. They're in close games, and they're probably
Go okay. How
doing
about this?
something at the end of the
I
game.
feel like Justin Herbert is a tier jumper here, where we're drafting him this year, and then Caleb, where we're drafting him, we need him to finish there. You know what I mean? So it's like Caleb seems a little too pricey for me, but and then not to mention they are the second most runningest team. Like, okay, shout out to my man Smokey. He was here yesterday. He really loved it. Obviously, he's a Bears fan. For those that don't know. And I said, realistically, how you feel about Caleb? He's like, I love him. I said, is he going for 4,000? He said, yes. Because that's one thing too. Is like,
this
okay,
season?
as a pastor, my pastor in fantasy, if I can get 4,000 as a floor, that seems
that's
like
great.
That was something I automatically looking for. And just historically, we haven't had a 4,000-yard passer in Chicago yet. But I mean, I am confident he's going to be the first.
All right, Biggs has a question. He says Sam Darnold or Brock Purdy in Dynasty and Redraft? Question mark.
Brock Purdy all day.
I'm going to go Brock Purdy.
I've seen Brock do it routinely. I mean, and let's not just say that like Darnold was good. He had big blow up games, but he also like on a per game, his floor isn't the greatest, right? Last year, I think what was it? JD was breaking it down on one of his joints through like 20-something passing. I think through 25 passing tugs and like 12 picks. Like that ratio is terrible. You know what I mean?
The only thing Darnold has an advantage at is being available, which is sometimes the best thing. It's like his availability. When Brock is available, though, he's I was doubtful because Mac Jones was doing a decent job of handling that offense, but it definitely hit a different gear when the Brock got in that building. So say what you want about the Brock. He's the tier jumper from Mac Jones, who was a first rounder. And
we
still
do have a fantasy
in
question
the NFL.
Here. Fantasy question from
a lot
Za,
better than him.
Za21.
What up, Za?
I have Caleb, Dak, and Knicks. Superflex Dynasty. Should I trade Dak to get Kyron Williams and a 2027 second? Superflex Dynasty. My running backs are Breece Hall, Rico, JCM, Mason, and Price.
I'm not
in a lot of
trade
ways, I'd rather have Dak than Bo. But Bo, I feel like you can net you a first round along with Kyron, because honestly, in a Superflex Dynasty, I'm trying to sell these QBs as you should. You know what I'm saying? Like, how should you do it? By getting at least the first round in return, because these are the rarest commodities in a dynasty. Superflex QBs are. You know what I mean? So, Kyron in the second, that sounds cool, but Dak's probably going to be good for another 3 years at minimum. And then we got a running back who, running backs have clocks on them. So
don't let his hairline fool you. That guy's nowhere near on
Give
his
me a
last
first
legs.
in Kyron and I'll sell Dak or Bo. That's how I feel. That second is cool. Give me a
Even
first.
Derek says, hell no, you keep Dak.
Yeah, that's Cowboys fans. So Cowboys fans, they know what they've got at quarterback with Dak, and they're not willing to see what else is out there because quarterback's
playing
never
at
been
a really high
problem.
level.
The
right
Eagles just signed Jalen Carter.
Been a mess in the playoffs.
Wow. Okay. Good
Reason.
He got holy shit, Carter to a 4-year, $152 million extension, up to $106 million in guarantees.
They got him and Jordan Davis are the highest two, I think, at the D tackle position now. They got both of them on the same team. But going back to what I was saying, Dak is the best fantasy-wise out of all three of them. Even though he's 31 or turning 32, whatever it is, he's in his prime right now. Like, he's shredding. Yeah. He is shredding, and he has Lamb and Pickens. So these are things. These are points that you could. These are things you could point out to the buyer. Like, hey, look, Dak is about to go crazy, bro. I need Kyron in the first. You know what I mean? Your run game ain't even that bad, honestly. Especially if you only need 2 running backs, you got 3 usable ones. That QB might be more valuable later on down the road. One of those 3. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously he's thinking about keeping Caleb and Bo because of the youth. So, but still though, when it comes to a commodity, the rare commodities is QB in a Superflex Dynasty. So you sell them for you need at least net a first back with Kyron.
Yeah, Kyron is on that approaching
Chase Brown or Kyron? Chase Brown or Kyron?
Chase Brown.
right? See, that's how I'm feeling too. I feel like Kyron, the existence of Blake Corum and the way they've been using him as well. And even though Kyron's paid, it's, you know, they want to go the distance. They got to the NFC title game last year. They're trying to go the distance. That involves preserving Kyron as much as possible, who is your paid running back. And then you have Blake Corum to help with the workload to preserve him. You know what I mean? So there's things that I immediately think about where I'm like, that second round is just not enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I anticipate Blake Corum getting a fair share of work. And when Chase Brown, when he's not
like Chase Brown's getting
injured,
all of it theoretically.
Yeah, we have no reason to not think that he's not going to be the 3-down back over there.
You feel me? And so, like, that might even be someone I'll target. But obviously, the person he's talking to needs a QB, and you should leverage that against them. You know what I mean? They don't just need a QB. You got all three of his QBs are good. So whichever one he did come off of, like, you got to hit them over the head. You know what I mean? Don't let them get off that easy. This is a QB here. And a good one. Dak is the shit in fantasy. I had to clarify that. I'm an Niner fan.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like I'm riding his John too much. Pause.
No, I'm confident. Similar 3-4 years. I don't see anything that will truly help him decline rapidly. The Cowboys are always trying to win now.
He has the best tandem at receiver right now.
Correct. Yeah, CD's. CD's.
It's better than
probably,
I like Chase better than both those guys, but Chase and Higgins. I still think down there in Dallas they have the best tandem at receiver right now.
Yeah, and the numbers support it when you break it down. There's a little tentative likeness on if they're gonna be one eats and the other one gets like a dud type of situation, but I don't think so. I think the ball's gonna be thrown around.
If there was a way I could do it, I'll have both of them.
And I still you could always even know that Fergie's still gonna get his work. And I mean that's the way Dak operates.
With both of those guys on the field, it's gonna open it up for Fergie again.
Yeah,
in the red zone for sure.
Yeah, Dak loves those seam routes, and Fergie's just gonna be wide open. Why not?
Hey, before the existence of George Pickens, there, his most targeted position, his second most targeted position every season is the tight end. So you know what I mean. Just last year that went away because he had both Lamb and George Pickens. So you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, we like Pickens. I'm confident as a Pickens owner in a few places. I'd consider him in the WR10 and WR12 range in drafts right now. Like that's not very difficult for me to pull the trigger somewhere around there. The only thing that holds him back is I hate fantasy football at this moment. Well, like ever since they added the week 17 and created a week 14 bye week.
Yeah.
That's really fucking pissing me off. I don't really appreciate that.
Who got week?
Come on.
We do got the schedules. Who got the bye weeks on week 14 this year?
Dallas has got week 14 bye.
Wow. The Niners had it last year where it was like we were just so dead. It was like, yes, bye week finally.
Yeah. Fantasy, we don't like that, man. That's playoffs.
I mean, shit, that's the day before. It's the last week before the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
You know, that sucks a lot.
Dude, if you have a 18 or 10 team, 2 teams get a bye and then 8 go in there. That's a 10 team. Yeah, that would be the only way that you could have. So, yeah, but still, it may not be as critical as the first week of playoffs. Like I give you that.
Hey, Bogey, Derek says,
but the week before,
repeat what he said about
if
Dallas.
you're trying to fight to get into the playoffs, that
I said I'll probably repeat what I said. I said I like Jamar Chase better than those 2 receivers in Dallas, but Jamar Chase and Higgins to me is still not better than the combination of Lamb and Pickens, bro. Like that's a nasty combo. Hey, I like Higgins, but Higgins is not as Higgins. Like how many games does this motherfucker play? You know what I mean? Like. I mean, if maybe we get a whole season of Higgins and he breaks out again, but Higgins has just been like a kind of like a touchdown vulture. Yeah, he had double-digit touchdowns last year, but I mean, like with those two receivers in Dallas being healthy, Dak can throw over 40 easily this year. You know what I mean? Unless they just run so well with Javonte, you know what I mean? Which I also kind of expect too. Not kind of, I fully expect.
I think that Dallas offense is going to surprise a lot of people this year.
No, I don't think it's going to surprise a lot of people. I think this is what we expect. We expect them.
It's going to be a powerful offense for sure.
Yeah.
I sure that's the proper word. I was going to be a powerful offense.
Yeah, it's week 14, man. Like that's the only downside right now with Dallas is not having them available in the incident that you're fighting to get into the playoffs or you want that first seed or whatever it might be. Just sucks having like for me, I'm not afraid of stacking. So everywhere that I have Dak, I also have Pickens.
All right, we do have
Devontae.
We do have an extended to that last fantasy question from ZAH21.
Yeah, shout to that.
He says, appreciate the talk, fellas. Y'all put that in a whole different perspective. I just want to get over being middle of the pack. If I can get a first and a legit running back, I would be cool with that too.
Yeah, and because that's the type of price you should be putting on any of your QBs.
First, yeah.
People can't just, at least the first round. Like it starts with a first round when you're talking QBs. And that's just, I mean, think about this. We've seen people, I've seen someone give up a 112 for Danny Jones because that guy was QB.
Peacock, it was 1206.
Yeah.
And it was Bo Nix and then who else?
Caleb and Dak.
It was
yeah.
In a lot of ways, I would
see what you could move off of Caleb. Maybe you can get a Super Bowl.
Yeah, you might be able to get multiple picks and a player, a high-end player. You know what I'm usually doing too?
And he's probably only going to throw it like 30, 35 times.
I tend to believe Rico's going to be the guy in that backfield too. So when you look at, he has Brees and Rico and then whoever else he had mentioned, I forget, he had another one. But you know what I mean? I'm okay with just rolling out that crew and even going after a receiver. Fuck Kyron. If I can get a receiver in the first, you know what I mean? Because receivers in Dynasty, they just tend to last longer.
Yeah.
It's just like that. You know what I mean? It's just they have a longer shelf life. They're more secure with their jobs 9 times out of 10. So I'd rather have a high. And I don't just go for no regular receiver. I'm trying to go for the gusto. Like even we're here with Kyron, I'm like, he probably can go get more. He probably can target higher, but it's, it's also the individual that's looking for the QB. This is probably the best he got, I'm assuming. You know what I mean? Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? That's one thing I wanted to also point out to Zaz. Like he has the leverage here. You know what I mean? You got the QBs. The guy needs a QB. Name the price. You feel me?
And it's a super flex. You're talking about 3 quarterbacks. What's not to like about having 3 quarterbacks in a super flex league, especially those 3? I know you're gonna have to make business decisions.
I mean, there's a week 14 bye week.
I think. Yeah, I think Bo Nix is probably going to be sitting most of those games out if I were you,
Yeah, I'm playing Caleb and Dak.
I'm playing Dak, and Caleb has got a cast of characters that's pretty impressive right now.
Have we? Do you think we have yet to see the ceiling for Bo Nix? I mean, he has 2. We're going into year 3.
I think we still have yet to see it. There's a lot to like about Denver. The organization itself, if they really want to commit him for a second contract, and then this is going to be a great place for him to play for a long time. And
they got him.
If he can stay healthy, I agree with you. Kitteh.
He got a true number 1, quote unquote, now with Waddle. I mean, he did just lead the league in pass attempts. So and he got the youth. Well, he's not super young, but he is, because he was one of those guys that I think played an extra year. Still hella young compared to Dak. So yeah, I would if I don't care if and the other managers probably gonna be like, well, Dak, he's older. Like, yeah, so what? You know what I mean? Look what he's putting, the numbers he's putting up. He's got like 3-4 more years of that. If maybe even more. I mean, just look at how old is Staffy right now? 37.
Yeah, he's
You know what I mean?
37, 38.
Him and Cuzzo, he's older than Cousins by a year. They're definitely, yeah, so it's 38 and 37 now for those two guys. But Cousins is about to turn 37 in August. He actually has the same birthday as Tom Brady. You know what I mean? And he's definitely the GOAT. Cousins is definitely the GOAT at getting the most money. You know what I mean?
He's the GOAT at getting the bag.
Yes. Like, his birthday
It says here that you're the 20th best quarterback at best in the NFL. Yeah, but
I'm the highest paid ever.
Yeah.
I'm the most paid ever.
Every year you get the top 5 contract.
Hey, Kirk Cousins, this is why I always love Cousins, bro. Let's get the bag.
the contract that keeps on giving.
Right before it really takes the tier break or whatever you want to call it, the pay jump, when the top end money gets to that next level, he's ahead of the game by like a year. He'll get paid a lofty number, but it was just in preparation to get everybody to realize that the market's changing, that a Kirk Cousins $40 million, then definitely we're talking $60 million for Dak or something like that. You know what I mean?
I mean, sure. Dak was the first one to take it to 60, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah.
Or was it?
Yeah, he was.
No, I don't know. Mahomes has got a grip of money too, though.
Yeah,
he just re-upped his
65 or something like that.
He's 65 now. Yeah.
And so is the Stallion, right? The Stallion's up there.
Yeah, it's Josh Allen.
Because Josh Allen got a mini extension first.
Yeah.
He got like a 3-year extension when he had like 2 more years on his existing contract, right? And they were getting him for $39 million at the time. Then Dak jumped up to 45 or whatever it is. Then he jumped up again like a couple years later. And Mahomes all the while was jumping up as well. And then you saw all the $50 million guys come out of nowhere. It was like Kyler, Herbert.
It was Tua.
Yeah, Kyler, Herbert, and Tua, because they made Kyler wait out to his 5th. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then they extended Herbert and Tua going into their 4th. You know what I mean? Hella crazy how they just cut Tua, huh?
You got it. Yeah, that's a quarterback.
Said, we'll eat the bread.
That's a lot of dead weight if you're an organization at this moment. I don't think he's going to lead a team to the Super Bowl. But if he transitions to the backup quarterback, then like
if he backs up Jalen Hurts, hold on, I can see it now.
Yeah, Atlanta.
Hold on, hear me out.
Or Philadelphia, lefty.
Hold on. He backs up.
I don't know. Penix, is he good? My bad.
He backs up Justin Herbert, or not Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, right?
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts gets to the Super Bowl. He plays so poorly, they bench him at the half. Sound familiar? Tua goes in there and he wins the Super Bowl. That's his only chance.
There you go. That's it. You know,
that's exactly he's got to play for a win. Alabama.
Yeah. Atlanta.
What's up, Kamish?
What up, Kamish? Big Crick.
They're in perfect position right now, Atlanta, just like anybody else in the NFC South, to win that division and get into the playoffs. And that's all it really takes, is somebody to get hot at the right time. And who knows what can happen.
Hey, there's a chance. There's a big chance. Because right now they got Zach Robinson over there with Baker, right? And let's say they win the division and they have a little playoff run, but then they don't win the Super Bowl, but they don't even go, right? So then, you know what I'm saying? Baker, he's the hot shit on the market. Bro, Atlanta might look at him, bro.
Wow. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Atlanta
might look at him.
I think the old man should play on a
you know who's in Atlanta? Hold on. Who's the head coach in Atlanta?
Oh shit. I don't know off the top of my head.
Stefanski.
Yeah, that's right.
And Baker got to the playoffs with him before. We probably wouldn't want.
Though there's some connection, and that matters. That matters.
Yeah.
In the
for the record, he is the guy that shipped them out too.
He thinks Stefanski would be on the
Watson, remember? They went to go get Watson. I don't know. Maybe that was more of an organizational thing, and Stefanski just was the coach at the time. But they happened there.
That's true. Yeah, I think at that point, Watson was still.
They got to the playoffs and beat the Steelers.
Franchise quarterback.
Baker, did you hear what I just said? They got to the playoffs with the Browns, and Baker got there with the Browns, and he beat the Steelers. That's like a really big deal.
Yeah.
And then they moved on from him because they had a shot at getting Watson.
The Vikings just signed offensive tackle Brian O'Neill to a contract extension.
Brian
This
O'Neill.
can-
Yeah,
What up, Commish? Chris the Commission in the house.
Yeah, shout out to the Crick.
Yep.
Tino in the building.
Team leader. We're almost there, y'all.
I got 22 days, I think, something like
Even
that.
when we were in the studio, it was me, Prime, my guy AG, and my cameraman. We're all going, and Prime was hyped. He's like, we're going to Vegas. I'm like, yeah, we are. Shout out to Prime, dog. And but yeah, Prime was telling me, he was like, yeah, I'm about to be out there. You know, his brother lives out there. You know what I mean? And I think he's thinking about moving out there himself too, or at least getting a crib. You know what I mean?
Well,
You know, I'm like,
Za2156 says y'all buying, selling, or holding Alex Pierce.
Holding, I know, 2 spots, I got him.
all of it. If I got
All
him,
of
I'm
it.
happy to have him. If someone wants them and they're willing to pay what I'm trying to sell him for, so be it. I don't like if I'm gonna move Alec Pierce, I'm moving him like he's not hurt right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's gonna be ready to practice in a
the
week
bag,
anyway.
so we know whenever he is on that field that they're gonna look to get him active. And for us, that's all we want is the targets. So
Yeah, as far as trading goes, I'm always trying to upgrade. Like if I feel like I'm upgrading, I'll use Alec Pierce as part of that trade if I feel like I'm upgrading. You know what I mean?
definitely,
Why not?
it's an easy hold if you're not getting any offers, which you probably aren't. You don't want to treat him as a throw-in unless this is like an 18-team league. Like an 18 league, yeah, Alec Pierce would be a throw-in.
Yeah, everybody's deep at that point.
Yeah. But
that's when you're looking for you're probably matching him up with a 2
in
for 1.
general, what we're gonna get out of him and Dimes is a little bit more than what we got in that first go. He's got that bag, man. When teams commit the money and you don't do anything to lose your job, it's secure. That's what that means when you get paid. Your job is secure. You're the guy.
Right. And just going back to the Baker thing, right? Like this is exciting for the kid because he's along the age of the Golfs of the world, and who else is in that age range? Oh shit, I guess it is just him in golf, but they're the early 30s QBs that are going to be the future elder statesmen. So like his next contract is probably going to take him into the twilight of his career. You know what I mean? And I would love him over there with Kevin O'Connell, bro. Get him back with a product of McVay. But he went crazy with Liam Cohen. And them bringing over Zach Robinson, that's another version of this. So he is with a McVay guy now again. So hopefully the run game and everything comes back. You know what I mean? And I'll still say last year they were just hurt. You know what I mean? Like the offensive line up and down it from book end to book end. He was beat up bad. And Booga had mentioned earlier, Baker, he tends to be slowed down in the end because, my answer to that was because he gets beat up all year. And when the conversation was him versus Jalen Hurts, when you get to that time of year, Jalen Hurts' halftime is on death's doorstep. You know what I mean? He usually misses games in the teen weeks, right? And when we get it, he's usually, how many times is he being gone absent in the fantasy playoffs for us?
Every time.
Damn near every year for the last 5 years, for real.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Lamar too is not too far off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like especially when it comes to fantasy, I'd rather I tend unless you're Josh Allen, I don't really care for the mobile QBs like that. I'm not spending that. And Josh Allen is just he's the one to have to me if you're looking for that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no better model of consistency.
And it's the way he's
quarterback,
he's 6'5",
it's
250,
crazy.
or whatever the fuck it is.
It's crazy how
monster
successful
giant.
he is. Yeah.
He's a big fucker compared to all those Lamar's like 6'2", 6'1", maybe.
6'1", 6'2" sounds about right. I think he's probably he's on 6'1". He's like 6'1",
he's maybe like a
205,
210. He's a little thick paws.
Yeah, he's not 230. Lamar's the freaking super fast.
It's true.
He's like 210, 215 maybe.
4.3 speed.
Yeah, we're
even if he's down 4.4 these days, shit.
He could put on some muscle, but I think he has a hard time keeping it on, or the extra weight, because he is so athletic and likes to, use his speed, and
Yeah, part of it is being a little lighter on your feet.
Yeah, when you put on some weight, that's one of the first things that starts to you'll noticeably see. Other things will improve, but I think for him, did they say that they're not getting away from running him? I don't think we're done seeing 1,000 yards from Lamar on the ground.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, once he started doing it, all of a sudden it became a thing. Justin Fields did it immediately.
Yeah, I think there's still a season where he gets that one.
There might even be
Another
a season
one
that we get a Josh Allen 1,000 too.
Yeah,
Because just like Herbert he was like 6 or 7 of those 50+ yard breakaway runs. Like
Drake May is another one.
Shit, Drake May. How many rushed for last year? Like 450?
Yeah. And there's they're not typical. Okay, yeah, we're running actual like quarterback options. They're giving me 25 yards. I'm gonna take it.
I mean, shit. That's kind of I never really thought about that. How many rush attempts average you think Josh Allen has again? Like, if we look at like career numbers, right?
6, 7.
Yeah, probably like 6, 7, 8 around that range, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of them is coming down there in the red zone. You know what I mean? He's almost unstoppable, and that's not even tush pushing or nothing. That's just, you know what I mean?
Would you rather have Luther Burden or Alec Pierce?
I'd rather Luther Burden.
Okay. The trajectory of the pass catchers in Chicago is pretty nice with Caleb.
Let's just be honest. It's the QBs too. Like, okay, I almost needed to be Danny Dumbass right out the gate. Because he's the better passer, obviously, whoever they got. And then, like, we probably, it's probably a team that might be, holding on in a lot of these games. They're going to be, they're going to be in a lot of close games. So I do like Alec Pierce a lot. But not only is he coming off this injury, they're probably going to run Taylor as long as that works. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how that is over there.
They got Warren, Taylor. They got some options out there in the passing game. And the running game is always going to be the focal point until Taylor's not healthy.
And Luther Burton, he started, obviously with the absence of Odunze, you saw a lot of those targets get distributed. But
same thing with the Colts and the Bears. They have the similar thing. The Bears have Loveland.
Targets. No, Michael Pittman's a real thing. Like I think he's vacating like 100+ targets. So, you know what I mean? Like that, a lot of that's going to go. It's going to spill off on the Pierce.
So I think that's a nice comparison. We know that the
Pierce is definitely cheaper.
Pierce got the bag, and I think the hype because of this week 1 availability is questionable. Is brought his temperature down. But when he first signed that big contract, I want to say Alec Pierce was that Burden and Pierce were like right in that same conversation. So I like this. It's a good question.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Pierce just because of the fact that
price.
He's gotten paid, and Burden still has to compete
with
get paid.
Odunze and
we don't know where. I don't know. It depends. I would love the Dallas Cowboys to do one up to the Bengals and sign Pickens for a multi-year deal worth a lot of money, pay 2 receivers a lot of money, and just show the league that we've got enough cap space to do it. And it should be a coordinator's or a general manager's goal to get 2 of those guys in the building. And if it requires getting 2 expensive guys and actually paying them, not banking on a rookie receiver to be cheap for 2 or 3 years.
And they'll be able to tag Dak if they wanted to too, bro. Like
the cap keeps going up like $25 million each year or something.
Yeah, ridiculous. And Dak would love that. You know the year that Dak got hurt, they paid him in that offseason. And then
they did.
And Jerry Jones, this is how the story goes, allegedly, is that like he felt kind of bad because Dak deserved to get paid. He made him play under the tag. So then he gets hurt under the tag. Then he extends him. But as a show of good faith, he gave him another tag on top of it. So he gave him the second franchise tag kind of as a bonus. You know what I mean? I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that before.
Yeah. Jerry's.
That was going into the 2021 year. And I want to say they were one of the top seeds.
And some of these owners have a lot of money. Denver is one of them. Dallas is the Rams, Seattle. Now
Uncle Jerry's got all the money.
You won't like it won't be like a terrible move for some of these guys to just upfront all this big lucrative deal, play it like baseball in a sense where they figure out a way to do all that.
I mean,
make a cheap contract in the beginning of the year or beginning of the years, and then all of a sudden they're making like way too much money at the end of their career when they're, it's just weird how they structure it. But I want to say that the really truly rich ownerships should be able to get their guys. There's no reason to. The rules allow it.
I mean, and you know what? He's playing another franchise tag this year. I guess it's more of a to motive because I'm pretty sure they already had a contract on the table, but it's Pickens too. That's like, no, it's not enough. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure that's the case here. You know what I mean? Like Pickens he probably wants to reset the market, even though he hasn't technically deserved it. He's just trying to cash out on his career year.
I mean the
it's also time for him to get paid. I mean, like
overarching trajectory of the market, right? And it's all about timing for these guys that are at the top tier. That's where we were talking about Kirk Cousins. He was in the tier 2, but he knew when that market was going to get reset. So he signed at not a top tier price, but way so much money that it really said like for the next guy up to be like, hey, if he gets that much money, I need to get like the freaking deal.
Kirk Cousins in 2016 he plays under the tag. At the time it was 24 million guaranteed, right? Fully, right? Because it's the tag. Next year he plays under the double tag, which jumped up to 28 million fully guaranteed. So then 2018 comes around, he's the hot free agent. And the market at the time is like 35, because that's like Aaron Rodgers and like Brady. Like these were the, Ben Roethlisberger. These guys were all getting 35, a Breeze. So he's like, at the time, Kirk Cousins is like, okay, I'm going to go to Minnesota, 3-year deal, $33 million a year, fully guaranteed, right? He plays 2 years into that. He gets him to the playoffs, wins the playoff game. They extend him 1 more year, the same thing. So he ended up, all in all, 4 years, $33 million each year, fully guaranteed. You know what I mean? Like this is why he quickly became the highest paid, because he's getting guaranteed money.
Yeah.
When he actually went to Atlanta, he got a ridiculous contract on paper, but the guarantees, was like a fraction of what it was on paper. You know what I mean? So, he kind of fell to earth as far as like, just market wise, but he was coming off the Achilles. You know what I mean? Even right now with the Raiders, he's getting paid like, it's nothing crazy, but I think he's double dipping too with Atlanta. You know what I mean?
All right. We do have a fantasy question here. It's from Sir Danish. And it says,
what up, sir?
Friend offered CD and Marvin Harrison Jr. for A-Chain and Pickens. No right redraft. PPR.
I'm keeping the Pickens side. It's Marvin.
Yeah, A-Chain and Pickens. I don't like that. Marv.
I don't want the Marv side.
I'm not a Marv side, yeah.
Who's the other guy with Marv?
He has CD. CD and Marv. And CD's not a big enough jump.
Yeah. Like I just rather, and yeah, I'm still interested in moving A-Chain though. Yeah. Like I'll move A-Chain for shit. I'm okay having both CD and George Pickens, bro. I would flip A-Chain for CD and maybe a pick, because I feel like I get away with that, especially if it's a running back needy team. I worry about Achan a little bit, bro. I say this every year, and I'm wrong about him every year, though.
Yeah, every year he performs. I'm a little worried too, and that happens. But I mean, I have him in a dynasty, so either way, I got to roll with it. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Y'all know the experience. What I was gonna say, guys, happy 1000th show. I got to get to work. I got a video job in a little bit. But
hey, thank you to the best producer. Also,
Peacock, man. Couldn't have done any of this without you, obviously, man. You know what I mean? We love and appreciate everything you do, man. But my good brother.
Of course,
Peacock.
Yeah,
we're the conglomerate here. We're a team. So I'll catch you guys. I'll catch up with you guys later. But enjoy the rest of the show, and everybody keep celebrating that 1000th, man. Awesome stuff.
Yeah, man.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.
Have a great rest of your day. Yeah,
yes, the man.
He says, I have one last question.
Okay.
If Jefferson only hits 1,000 yards this year with less than TDs, are you cashing him in to get the 101 or the 2027 class to replace him?
I would use that. Because then it'd be Jeremiah Smith is who we're talking about now, right?
Yeah. And the with the trajectory set, his value would be
that's phenomenal value for a Justin Jefferson.
Right? We're probably not gonna put him above JSN, Chase, and Puka. Let Puka have another year, man, and then Puka might be at the top.
Or St. Brown for that matter.
St. Brown's a model of consistency, and man, perfect target at like that 6, 7, 8.
I will say Jefferson's a great buy low. Listen, Kyler Murray, he's like a kid, bro. He needs to want to be somewhere. This is his favorite team growing up. He hated being with Arizona, but he wanted to be the 101. So he didn't play baseball. He wanted to be the 101. He got that on his resume. Yeah. Obviously, hated being there. You know what I mean? He was even to the point he complained, so they got him Hollywood Brown. He's like, get one of my boys or something, you know, because I guess they played together in college. But then outside of that, you know what I mean? He just hated it, and he showed it. He's playing video games. He basically took the whole year off last year, right? Like, you know, that's the real thing that he did. You know what I mean? He could have played last year. He's like, fuck that, I'm taking it off. You know what I mean? Then you get him in a situation where he's consciously playing only for $1 million, so he got to prove himself. And this was his favorite team growing up, so I like that intangible there. I think Jefferson's a great buy low right now. And then at minimum, if Kyler does well and he brings back Jefferson to life, you know what I'm saying? It might even get better if they bring over a Baker next year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, free agent quarterbacks are getting that's going to be a nice place to be for a general manager in the market. It's one that's competitive, and because we've seen what Sam Darnold did for a ready to win now team.
Yeah, and they didn't bring him back, right? That's kind of crazy.
But he went to another one and won. Right,
and see, it's like, haha, Minnesota.
See, you don't have to be great to lead a team to victory. Just have to have a good team.
I mean, shit, shout out to Trent Dilford.
Yeah.
But
anybody that gets a team all the way through the playoffs, the regular season, into the Super Bowl, and wins it, that's such a big feat. You can never take that away from them. Whatever they had going at those moments were, you know, the mojo, whatever you want to call it, that it was clicking for them that at that time. Seen Eli Manning have those stretches, unfortunately.
I mean, okay. Eli Manning's a great example because winning the division at like 9-7 and then going all the way, right? In those days. And then you had Joe Flacco, same situation, win their division back in 2012. And I remember this because they went on to beat my Niners in the Super Bowl, even though I pulled the plug. I did it.
Flacco's a pretty good quarterback, though.
And this was like, it was a crazy run. So look at this. They win the division 9-7. And like to close the year, they had went on a streak because they had John Harbaugh fired his OC and they promoted somebody and then went on this crazy run. And then like Ben Roethlisberger he had like a shoulder injury. And like, you know, the Bengals and the Browns were the Bengals and the Browns. So it was like they ran away with the division at 9-7, went on a crazy run in the Super Bowl. They beat, first of all, their playoff run, they beat Andrew Luck and the rookie Andrew Luck, right? In Indy, which wasn't the craziest, right? But still, They went into Indy, beat them. Then they went into Denver, beat Peyton Manning and them. And now Peyton Manning, I want to say he was the MVP that year. Or
the 53, the 53, 5400 or whatever it was.
Well, that one actually was 2014. So it might this year. Yeah, okay. So I guess he wasn't the MVP. He was definitely went into the running though, and that was his first year.
Oh, every year.
Yeah, I know, right? And then he was what was it? Oh yeah. And then he goes into New England and beats New England.
Yeah.
Right. And then goes and beats my Niners. But here's the thing. He had a Joe Montana run where like only Joe Montana has thrown all the number of touchdowns and no picks. Only Joe Flacco matched that run. So
Flacco's.
Shout out to. And then I got mad because they tried to call him the new cool Joe. I was like, no, we're not doing that.
Wacko Flacco.
There it is. Wacko Flacco. He was just wacko enough to do it. You know what I mean?
See, I agree. So Sir Dinesh, shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Sir Dinesh, man.
He also wants to know if Achane and Tate for Saquon would be adequate. And I would go one more. I was like, you go look at the Jonathan Taylor owner and see if he can make a trade. But I don't think for Saquon. But is it? Oh wait, this is a total redraft. Shoot for the moon, man. See what you get for
okay.
See what you get for like Bijan and Gibbs. To see if you can get one of those guys.
Yeah, I would just go down the line. I would go to the Gibbs owner, go to the fucking Bijan owner, then start trickling down. And I would definitely want Taylor. I feel like I like Taylor over Saquon.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, because Taylor's just he's. And I mean maybe Saquon still exists in the 20+ realm, right? Consistently, but when you're talking Taylor, we're talking about 25 touches a game now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
give me that guaranteed, and they're gonna lean on him. I don't give a fuck about stack boxes when you're talking about this Taylor now, neither. You know what I mean?
No, because you still got that stupid quarterback sneak over there, or you know, like, what are we gonna do? Lose 10 touchdowns from Jalen Hurts, man. Sucks.
Yeah, Saquon does all the work. Then, hey, do you remember in the Super Bowl that they won? In the Super Bowl they won. The first drive they got down there and they're on the one and everyone was like, oh, you know what's coming, right? But then he fakes it. Instead of doing a tush push, he fakes it to Saquon and then fucking runs it in. Because it was like, I'm getting MVP, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
No one like Achane either, he said.
See? I mean, everybody's scared of Achane, even though all he does is produce.
He's super good.
Yeah. A little different.
Yeah,
they're all worried about what Miami looks like. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, they got a whole new regime over there, and they're all new guys. Like, they're all, you know, I mean, you got Bobby Slowick, who's, I don't think he's ever, I mean, he's been a play caller, I would imagine, when he was with the Texans, but you know what I'm saying? And then you got Jeff Hafley, is that his name? Is that his name, right?
I'm not selling Achane for seconds. I need to get a first involved if I'm doing that. But no, he already said that this is redraft. This is redraft. So Achane is still what? Back in round one, beginning round two.
Back in round two.
Back in round two?
Yeah, mid round two, back in round two. This is where I've been seeing him go.
Okay.
Single QB shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what's crazy about it? I'd just rather have like just once again this year, you look at the middle crop of running backs. This is a shitload of them I'd rather have because I can wait on them and I can go for the higher end receivers early on. You know what I mean? Like, so like I'm probably not gonna end up with any Achanes unless I get him in some kind of trade at one point. But yeah, I'm not drafting Achane. I'm probably gonna be wrong about him. Everyone that has him should be happy. I've been wrong about him like 3 years in a row. I just don't like the price on him mainly too. That first year is probably where I missed out because he was going really late. Like, he was like a waiver wire guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, man. I think you're better off going Taylor over Saquon if this is like a dynasty thing. And I would really consider that. Well, it sounds like you're kind of out of luck with the league not appreciating his value. So you're gonna have to sell high when he's producing. You're gonna have to wait for like week 2, week 3 when he has monster fucking and he's the top running back in the league. Like I do that a lot. I do that with Christian McCaffrey almost every year, and I do with Lamar Jackson occasionally. Yeah, I'll like sell high on those guys and still be able to get playoffs and stuff like that. Yeah, it's okay to trade your star players if you're getting a quality return. You know, it's not
especially
nobody's off limits.
If he's down, I mean. He's obviously consolidating, being the 2-for-1, and he's bringing back the 1, right? So, you know, maybe there's something else on his bench that's worth taking a flyer on so you can make it a smooth 2-for-2, right? I mean, because here's the thing, too. I mean, what's your outlook on Tate? Do you think we got to wait too much time on Tate for him to be useful for us where we're comfortable putting him in our lineup? Because he is a rookie.
I'm comfortable but he's been.
I mean, McMillan is it okay? How about this? Do you think he can have a McMillan type of outing this year?
A rookie Jalen McMillan, yeah, or Teteroa?
No, Tet McMillan. Rookie Jalen McMillan. That wasn't too bad. He definitely missed. That was pretty good.
He only had a brief moment of time, but that's how rookie seasons are for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely missed some time to an injury.
Tate,
but once he came back,
Tate's fine being the wide receiver too. It's what he's been his whole career. That doesn't mean that he's not a quality receiver, that he can't
be one.
Be one, yeah, that's ridiculous. I think he's.
I guess it's all
definitely capable.
He is gonna jump into a role where he's probably drawing the better coverage.
We need Cam Ward to really push the next step of his becoming a successful quarterback.
He's with Brian Daboll. Brian Daboll Brian Daboll is he's had success with a plethora of different QBs.
There we go. I that's one of the things that I like about Tennessee's, that the way that they approach this offseason, they're really putting Cam Ward in better position. I know they got rid of Chig, but they got Gunnar Hill, and then they got Tate in the building, and the dude
Ridley
from the Giants,
and then Wandale.
Yeah,
and
Wandale.
Ridley.
Yeah,
the kid has some options here.
He's their running game is still like the
Tony Pasta, and then they got Nick Singleton behind him.
Yeah,
I'm not the Tajay Spears guy.
Spears is gonna be probably, if he's gonna break out, it has to be this year, and otherwise, like Pasta was so annoying for the trajectory of Spears, and then it was like, okay, Pasta's doing enough to, like, it became one of those. Is it Pasta's like a James Conner kind of, but not as productive, where like you're excited to get James Conner and then like, oh man, I got fucking Pasta as my RB2. What's that gonna be like? Who knows? But did you hear about that shit about the noise on James Conner, by the way?
Yeah, about him being the RB1. It was funny as fuck.
Are you serious?
I'm like, what? Are they just trying to temper expectations on Jeremiah Love?
Or
like,
they're trying to, like,
man.
Maybe they're trying to motivate the kid.
Jeremiah Love is talented, and
he just got,
unless he can't pick up the playbook. I could imagine that though. But maybe it is struggle. I don't know, because not everybody's language is the same.
Maybe he's learning playbooks slowly. I mean, think about this. James Conner ran through hella different systems and different schemes, and like he's a wily vet, So if he's picking up the playbooks faster, it doesn't surprise me.
He was injured all last year, right?
Fuck no. If you ask me this though, is he going to be the RB1 week 1? No.
I like Jeremiah Love still.
Yeah, and it's like, at least for Jeremiah Love, at least you would imagine he's going to be game script proof, right? Because they're probably going to be a lot of negative game scripts, and like he could pass pro and he can catch the ball. So, we might still get some belt. We might get like a James Robinson type of, like a 2020 James Robinson season out of Jeremiah Love, where he's on one of the teams that doesn't want to win, but they're going to keep running him. Think about that. When they were tanking for Trevor, it didn't matter if they were down multiple scores. They were just handing the ball off to James Robinson. And like, it's so funny because they would drop everyone back because they're clear passing situations and he would just run for like 20, 30 yards. And James Robinson ended up finishing as the running back 6 that year in PPR. You know what I mean? With like Jake Luton as the Jake Lieutenant Dan, as I used to call him. He was the QB. So, you know what I mean? I feel like we're going to get a lot of that this year. Like, just a team who clearly doesn't want to win. And then at one point, they'll see what they have with Carson Beck.
We got Marco with some Gabe Davis, Weiss,
Weiss.
Hyatt.
Weiss is from like
or Caller Dynasty.
Oh, so Hyatt, you could basically just get rid of in a heartbeat.
Yeah, you can get rid of, and then you also, I mean, Weiss is like, he's in Miami, buried on the depth chart. You can probably get rid of him too. You can get rid of him.
These are
Kolar is. I'd keep on to call.
Yeah, he's a Chargers fan. Don't listen to
No, just
if I need to make room, I'm cutting all of them.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. Oh man,
like straight up.
Yeah.
Especially if there's something else I can hold on to worth a damn that's floating around out there.
Yeah, Jalen Hyatt was supposed to be what Isaiah Bond is shaping out to be. I don't know what happened to Hyatt. It is just a fucking trash.
Hyatt's probably going to have to try to make the roster this year because it's a whole new regime. You know, it's I mean, he didn't do shit when Nabers went down last year. So it was Wandale was the only one that was worth a damn, and like, you know, I guess even Slayton had a few spots there. It was like, so I mean, it's tough. It's tough sledding for a Hyatt. I'm not really. I'll get rid of him hella quick. Maybe this year he makes the roster because the Nabbers thing, but they're also talking about Nabbers might be ready for week 1, or at least, you know what I mean? They're not. He might not start week 1 on the pup, I should say.
He's not going to be on the pup, but they think he's. There's been so many mixed things that came out.
It's all good. We'll just play. We'll play it by ear. You know what I mean? And like, but yeah, if I need to clear some room, man, fuck all of those players. They ain't shit.
Dinesh, you're lucky it's not a mock draft or something like that. But here we go. His team is Drake May, Achane, Jacobs, Ken Walker, AJ Brown, Pickens, Fannin, and McConkey on the bench. So here's some insight on what that means, by the way. That has nothing to do with your team. This is all Bogey in the way he grades.
Yeah.
So if you've never been graded by Bogey before, he's rough. But
I like this team, though.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I like this team.
The Drake May is interesting. Well, it's you got a lot of money right there. Whatever you can get out of the league is probably an arm and a leg for him. Achane, I could see the problem with your running back room, but Ken Walker in Kansas City,
yeah,
that could be
with Eric Bieniemy.
That could be very, very nice.
Hey, look, I want to point this out. When Eric Bieniemy had he had discrepancies with Mahomes. They had differences of opinion. So then he goes on, being the OC for a year in Washington. Their run game went to shit without Eric Bieniemy. And then Brian Robinson over there in Washington was the thing for a little while there, right? And then, you know, where was Eric Bieniemy last year? He was the run game. He was the run game coach for Chicago. Yeah, I mean, they had a hell of a run game. I think they were like the second most rushingest team overall. So now Eric Bieniemy being back over there in Kansas City, I like this a lot for Ken Walker. Only thing we got to worry about is Ken Walker's availability because he isn't a guy who we've seen play, you know, full seasons routinely. You know what I mean? But love where he's at this spot. You know what I mean? And then Jacobs. As long as he doesn't die, Jacobs is a guy who's like a 20-touch guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And McConkey on the bench. I mean, you can pick and choose McConkey and AJ Brown probably for the most part on a week.
And I love that stack. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
Yeah. That makes it easier in my opinion to sit AJ Brown when McConkey's in line.
I mean, I might even play the 3. I might even put a receiver in my flex
instead of Jacobs.
Yeah. Or I mean, because here's the thing: is like I do want to see what it looks like with Achane. I'm like, who they playing week 1?
It's hard to sit Achane if he's out there.
Yeah, exactly. So I got it. I'm gonna play him week 1 I think
I can sit Jacobs or over McConkey on some weeks.
I mean,
And
I
same
guess
thing
it
with
just
AJ
depends.
Brown.
Yeah,
I don't really
if they're
expect the
playing
Patriots to
tough
air it out
coverage,
crazy, and the defense is what wins those games. You know what I mean?
would you say, okay, who's a must start on his team right here? Obviously, we're playing
Drake May,
Pickens.
Fanning. I mean, that's his tight end though.
It's
so
hard to not put.
And then Ken Walker's hard to sit.
Yeah, so Ken Walker, and then I feel like I do love this.
H-Hand's hard to sit.
And then like I'm probably sending Jacobs the first week, like with this lineup, because I want to play McConkey in that flex.
I like McConkey this season.
Yeah.
Definitely. You better get that laddie, them bagpipes.
Get the bagpipes ready.
We didn't fire up the bagpipes nearly enough last season.
For the laddie.
Man, that rookie season though, we were lit up with
Come
bagpipes.
And then how destroyed was we when they signed back
on them bagpipes?
Bro, when they signed back Keenan Allen, I was defeated. I was like, oh, I have so much lad everywhere in Dynasty. I'm like, this is gonna fuck my lad up for a year. I wasn't discouraged off a lad. Wasn't trying to trade him away. Nope. I was actually trying to trade for him in some spots that I didn't have him. Because and now they got Mike McGandry. We couldn't ask for anything better than that. And keep Keenan Allen the fuck away from the Chargers, please.
Please.
You know what I mean?
And don't bring Diggs in the building, please.
I know, huh? Because they'll put because Diggs is the type of guy later in his career to utilize in the slot a lot too. And it's like, just give us the high percentage targets to lad again and just pepper the fuck out of him.
Yeah. Please just let him eat. We got Trey Harris he needs to get some action. So let
Trey Harris and the other guy,
Trey Harris,
what's his name? Lee, what's his name?
But you got KLS, you got Trey Harris, and you got Quentin Johnson, and then you got the kid, Brandon Thompson.
Brandon Thompson, there you go. I knew it was Thompson.
The speedster,
he's like one of the
fastest very high on this year.
Yeah, so he's definitely. So they got some speed because you know obviously McDaniels.
Although he led the SEC in receiving,
and he was the fastest recorded combine 40 time this year.
He wasn't very efficient.
Yeah, he was the fastest in the draft. Bogey's correct. Yeah,
but he had the most. He led it in yards.
Wow, very efficient. So he's taking it. He's taking it to the house.
Inefficient.
Oh, inefficient.
Yeah. Okay. He wasn't a high catch rate, but when they did dial it up, it was usually for a touchdown.
A big one down the field, yeah. And that's Justin Herbert has that arm too, and as long as that pocket will give him time to let that play develop down the field, Mike McDaniels that's going to be like I mean, obviously in fantasy, if you ask me, we're not going to want to start that guy. If I had him, I'd flip him because I think he's going to be very inconsistent from a starting standpoint. But because of look at that rotation, even Quentin Johnston's still going to be annoying in that rotation if you're a Brendan Thompson truther. You know what I mean? And Trey Harris, he's a second round guy. They're just going to go all away from him. You know what I mean? Because of the new offense installed. I don't think so. You know what I mean? But fast as a motherfucker, that kid. You know what I mean?
Because Jacobs might be in jail. I forgot about that. Jacobs was going through some fucking drama.
No, well, I heard he didn't get charged with nothing.
No, but the league has not dropped the investigation, though.
I mean, but see, here's the thing, too. It might not go into play till after this season. They might not even start the investigation.
Yeah, we'll see. No.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess in redraft,
this
I am
sucks,
trying to
man. This sucks. Fuck.
Yeah, you know what that said? He might not. He might want to hold on to H-N there.
Yeah, there you go, Bogey. That was the difference maker. Now that we've got this back in the front of our memory, we can't be getting rid of H-N. Are you kidding me? We already got the Jacobs drama.
Yeah,
we're straight with quarterback. Looks like you're all right at receiver. I got nothing wrong with your receivers.
Yeah, and
the tight end is cool.
He gets to hold on to Tate until Tate becomes useful. You know what I mean? You could house Tate on your bench.
Yeah,
because then you would be downsizing. Obviously, you would get Saquon. I mean, and I'm not mad at that either. But still, though, we don't know what's going on with Jacobs. The depth isn't. I mean, you might end up with two running backs if something happens to Jacobs regardless, right?
True.
but then he would have Saquon, and it would cost him a Tate. Tate might be a second half darling. You know what I mean? When it comes to these type of leagues too, and if those rookies ain't showing out early on, a lot of times people tend to drop them when there's something they feel usable that they can go and grab right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Burden was like that.
Burden was like that. He was drafted and dropped shortly early on, then picked up by somebody else and utilized them. But that wasn't until the second half. So, you know what I mean? Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing we just – because if not, I'm trying to move Jacobs in. And now I think about it, I'm like, I'll move Jacobs and Tate right now for Saquon.
Yeah, you would.
Like, fuck it,
I don't know if Saquon owner wants then.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But hey, maybe they don't watch TV. You know what I mean?
Maybe they're thinking about
maybe they don't watch TV. They just see
the good old days with Josh Jacobs.
Even if Josh Jacobs wasn't going
leading the league in rushing.
If he wasn't going through what he's going through right now, I think still people aren't really on him because of the way, the recency bias. Like he had an injured year last year. It's going to show up on a stat sheet. People remember that. They usually bakes into how he's drafted. So I'm pretty sure he got Jacobs at a really decent value, at least in this draft. You know what I mean? But yeah, if he's healthy, he's playing, he's not suspended, I'm glad I have Jacobs. That's a run first team. I don't give a fuck what no one says. That's a Matt LaFleur team. They trying to run the ball. And
they do the
Jordan Love's mistakes.
Throw Kraft the ball when the defense allows it.
I mean, you know what it is? I think with fantasy and Jordan Love, all of us just remember his 24 outing. You know what I mean? He was QB4, QB5 overall, something like that. But they had no run game that year. This was before they brought in Jacobs. And it was A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones were both hurt. So every week they were just in these. Their defense was bad. They were in these massive shootouts, and it was fun. Jordan Love was fun that year. But at heart, they just want to run the ball. You know what I mean? So I'm okay having Jacobs as long as this motherfucker doesn't get fucked over. Because we're not going to bring up the specifics of what happened, but it is all alleged. So it kind of sucks because in the public eye, they're just going to think you're guilty anyway. You know what I mean? I mean, hopefully it ain't true.
Yeah. Yeah,
the charges weren't filed, so
we want fair opportunity and all this stuff.
Yeah, for everybody. You know what I mean? Charges not being filed, I mean, that says something. Yeah, the league could still put some disciplinary actions. It would probably fall under the category of violating player conduct policies, but you could appeal that too, because he wasn't charged with anything. You know what I mean? So, and usually if they really want to get you, they'll be like, 8 games, and he appeals and gets like 2. You know what I mean? But I don't even think he's going to get suspended. And if we have heard, it's been months of this already. It's been about 2 months since we heard this. So nothing has been.
Now that camps opened up, we should start hearing a lot more news on players that possibly could get something or anything. It could be. Who knows? We'll see.
I mean, but see, they're not charged with anything. These are off the field joints, so they're going to be at camp and all that, all the same. Hey, can they pop up and suspend him out of nowhere? Yeah, I mean, the same thing happened to Rice. You know what I mean? That shit was so finicky, and then they, you know what I mean? A couple weeks before, or a month before the year started, they're like, yeah, he's going to miss the first fucking however many. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marco. He said that he's got. Remember the names. He still has one more to get rid of. Yes, you have our permission to get rid of all four of those guys, and then whoever. You're digging. Dynasty is interesting. The only time you ever see the waiver wire truly active is like during speculation or injury. Other than that, you're
and the trending players in the offseason.
Those guys are your waiver wire targets because of injury availability, because you get a bereavement or you got a child, kids are born during the season, so fathers are gonna miss games, and some random names are out there. I typically don't fight for those names, and the ones that I do fight for are sometimes the early drops.
Yeah,
those are the ones that I like. The ones you don't like.
Yeah, like
some other people's trash or other people's treasures or whatever.
Yeah, look at this. I literally went around dropping Jack Campbell. This is early in the offseason. And he was just immediately picked up everywhere.
Oh,
like,
Jack Campbell, the linebacker?
Yeah, well, at the time he wasn't on a team, and he hasn't been doing anything for the last like a season. And he's like a rotational guy, but still, though, I always have an excess of linebackers. So when I'm looking like who can I cut, it usually ends up being those guys that aren't being used. You know what I mean?
Yeah, outside of
but still, though, someone else picked him up immediately in every league I dropped him.
I don't even. There hasn't been a lot of middle linebackers coming out of college with as much profile that Jack Campbell had.
Oh, my bad. I didn't. Why did I say Jack Campbell? I meant to say what's his name? Jack Gibbons. My bad.
Oh yeah, Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm so stupid. I would never. Jack Gibbons. My fault.
Yeah. And then he went to San Francisco, and then
he's with Frisco right now.
Did he land in
No,
Frisco?
he went to so he's a Vrabel guy, so he ended up following Vrabel to Tennessee.
Yeah, he was
I don't know where he went. I don't know where he went this current offseason. I think he ended up somewhere. He might be Tampa. I forget. He's rotational wherever.
Arizona.
Oh, there it is. Yes, he's rotational.
Yuck.
Oh shit. Fucking A, dude.
He's going to be a
I forgot to put a bid
rotational
on my man Cody Simon, dog. And I don't even think he got nominated because it's going to be Cody Simon and Max and even Mac Wilson. I don't even think anyone nominated him either.
So here we go. We got some more names. Antonio Johnson, Maxwell Hairston, Julian Blackmon. Wow, Julian Blackmon.
Julian
Trenton
Blackmon.
Simpson
I haven't heard that name in a minute.
or Braden Fisk. No, I like Fisk. We're not getting rid of Fisk.
Out of all those names so far, Fisk is the only one I'm keeping.
Yeah.
Because I just don't know those other guys. I mean, outside of
Trenton Simpson, Baltimore, not really seen much yet. Julian Blackmon is a safety, not really sure where he landed. Maxwell Hairston is I don't know who Maxwell Hairston is. Is that a special teamer? My bad, Maxwell Hairston. You're a dog, bro. I don't give a fuck what they say about you.
Who is he?
I don't give a fuck.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Dog, bro. I mean,
what team?
No, I don't know who he is. Let me look him up real quick. I really don't know.
You don't even got to look it up. We know he's a dog.
He's a dog, though.
I mean, if he's on it.
He'll be a second year in Buffalo. He's a
Hairston.
Maxwell Hairston.
Yeah,
he's a first-round pick from Kentucky. Appeared in 11 regular season contests.
What is
he got 18 tackles and 5 pass defense and 2 interceptions. That's pretty good, but no, they pick on rookies.
He's a corner.
And then Hairston is expected to operate as one of Buffalo's top outside cornerbacks. Those guys are garbage in fantasy. You can drop that guy. I don't care about his first round status.
That is true. I don't really fuck with corners, like especially when they get good. If Hairston gets any kind of better than he was last year, they're gonna start avoiding him.
Yeah, I mean that's just not what we want in fantasy. And defensive backs, we want the strong safety or the nickel back, and sometimes free safety, but most of the time nickel back.
Most of the time, because the strong safeties are in the box all day, so we like that. You know, we want the easier access to tackles.
Yeah, it's plain and simple, man.
Yeah,
and there's so many of them out there. It's easy position to fill.
Yeah, and the only reason I'm even saying keep Trenton Simpson too is just because of like Roquan and their new guy who was balling last year. My man Teddy Buchanan or Butchman or whatever Buchanan or whatever his name is. He's coming off of a torn something, but he was tearing it up last year. So. And you know, what I mean, in his absence, Trenton Simpson, he got in there. You know, he's so. But I'm just saying, like, he's a guy that'll get inserted into a lineup for the Ravens if anything happens to those two guys. Like that's usually how I determine who I'm keeping. Like, where's their path to being useful to me? Otherwise, they're just clogging up my bench. You know what I mean?
You want a nice bench piece that you could probably get because not a lot of owners are probably appreciating Kevin Byard, but go ahead and get him, and then he'll find the starting roster. I promise you. Like he makes a hard case.
Yeah, he's just gonna wait around until you know where he's gonna end up,
if
bro.
you have enough defensive back starts, it's hard to be like, oh, Byard isn't gonna play this week, I guess.
Where do you think Byard's going? He's probably gonna go to New England, bro, and reunite with Vrabel, who he spent majority of his career with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's not done playing football. And I know he's not going to ever run away from this game. This guy is going to be the next great head coach.
Like, I'm telling you, he's one of them guys that, like, I mean, he's just a playmaker, dog. And he's a playmaker in real life. So that's why we like him in fantasy. He's not just some guy who's on a shitty team and, like, they're always being in situations where they got to stop the run. Like, no, he just makes plays, period.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at what he did in Chicago last year. He was putting it down. I could totally see him going to New England. Now I think about it.
Yeah, there's a place he can call that home.
Yeah, they run like 3 safeties over there too.
Yeah. Vrabel's the shit. But what's up with the drama though? Like, is that something that we're really?
I mean, he's just fucking a bitch on the side. She just, he's just. Here's the thing. He's fucking a bitch on the side, but she's not a low-profile bitch. That's just there it is. That's
crazy. And she lost everything.
Yeah, and not him neither, because the unfortunate nature of the business. I mean, the women they're going to get
because her husband is a high-profile prominent person.
Listen. When all this thing was happening, there was like all kind of clips coming out of her, just her on TV talking about, me and my husband, we're just, he's just he doesn't like me having fun and this and that. You know what I mean? She was just like getting on him. You know what I mean? Like multiple clips. We're talking about how she was disgruntled with her marriage and she was just kind of laughing. I'm like, yeah, I don't have the greatest marriage. Like, and it's like, what? And then they would ask him about the shit, and he'd be like, it's nobody's business. And he's trying to keep it private, but all the while she's allegedly doing her thing with Vrabel. And what's crazy is like I remember us covering that shit. And then, like, some people were like, oh, he's going to lose the locker room. I'm like, I don't think so. Like, I'm like, people don't know how men are. Men are going to be like, yeah, they're going to give them props for that. And, I know it sounds gross, like misogynistic, but that's just how it is behind closed doors.
Yeah, I wouldn't hope for that. But I just know that the attitude of the football game is that we're playing to win. And if he's our best opportunity to be successful, have the proper game plan, and carry a reasonable amount of experience, and the leadership is he's captain of the defense his entire career. I mean, like it's just lines up for a nice place for the New England Patriots, where the drama, they can handle the drama. They were that's a what is that, a media, what do you call that, the media in Boston is crazy.
That's just brutal.
It's brutal, like New York.
You have
New York and Boston press corps are nasty to the core.
Vrabel's been there for so long. He has no problem navigating all the tough ones, and I think the media might just respect it and leave it alone.
And I think
that's the biggest distraction, right? It's always the biggest distraction.
A lot of that is Bob Kraft.
The players, like you're right, the players.
Bob Kraft is a big part of that. I can tell you, when I lived there in Massachusetts, if there was a person or say a news station ask a question and he didn't like it, or the coach didn't like it, he had them banned from the freaking building. He didn't give a shit. He'd clean up.
I mean, they're notorious for a long time for keeping everything in-house as much as possible. Like, no one knew that, like Belichick would berate Brady just like he would any of his other players. You know what I mean? All this shit was played close to the vest. You know what I mean? Even Belichick, his whole persona in the media.
That's why they call it the Patriot way.
Yeah, they had, when Tom Brady went to Tampa and they won the Super Bowl right out the gate, and you saw Tom Brady and Gronk, and they're faded, and they're being carried and shit. You know what I mean? And they're throwing the Lombardi from boat to boat. Bro, they would have never been able to do nothing like that in New England.
Nope.
Because there's a certain high level of professionality that they carry themselves with. I will say the last Super Bowl that they won in 2018, Belichick was pretty faded. I was like, oh, that's pretty badass. And like, he tried to start it like when they're in the parade, right? They're in the final phase of the parade where all the players are talking, and then they get Belichick on there, and everyone's like, yeah, and he's like, no days off. No days off. He was trying to, and no one was chanting it. They're like, hold on, man, we're trying to take a day off, right?
Hey, wasn't it the alleged
no days off chant going? They were not feeling it, but he was faded. I was like, okay, and Belichick too. When you watch him in like, you know, those specials, like, you know, the 100. Remember this? It was the 100th year NFL special where he picked the century team, like, you know, players from every decade, different positions. He brought in all these guys. He was sitting there running the film. Belichick is very articulate. He breaks down football. It's so dope. Like, I would love if he just had like a series where he just broke down the history of football. That would be badass, because that guy will talk your ear off about a long snapper. You know what I mean? Like, he knows the game in every fucking facet. So it is funny to see how he handled the media all those years, because he knew exactly, like, all right, I'm going to give them.
He just ignored the media half the time.
Yeah, I'm going to give them nothing.
You never saw him at a press conference. He was there for like 3 or 4 minutes and then gone.
It's only because you're mandated for the 4 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember Marshawn Lynch? Remember Marshawn Lynch? But when they were like they were starting to fine him for not doing the mandated press. So he would go up there, set his iPhone timer, then he would call on people. Right?
I'm just here not to get
question.
I'm just here not to get fined.
I'm here so I don't get fined.
Hey, isn't Kraft in the same boat as Watson? Like, they got the same membership.
Right.
Hey, Kraft and Watson have the same membership in Miami. They got the first class VIP treatment. They kick everybody out, and all the ladies go into the one room, right? So that might be the way for the Patriots. And I don't know, man. What do you think about Brady? Let's just throw a bunch of rumors out here about the Patriots. Are we going Brady? He got his road hose. I mean, and he's just been able to keep a clean nose and stay out of trouble. And then the NFL treats it like, you know, the conspiracy is that they protect the image and the identity of the
big boy,
of their fairy book.
Yeah, exactly. Of their chosen. I call them the chosen ones.
Yeah, because he wasn't always super impressive. He pulled out a lot of gutsy wins, but you know, he had Randy Moss and Gronkowski and the run games. And Bill Belichick and his defenses. Come on now. The fucking Patriots was always a good team. It wasn't always about Brady carrying it. Like, he didn't have to carry that team on his shoulders ever.
No, those defenses carried him.
Tampa Bay, baby. That fucking year was crazy. Shout out to old man Tom Brady fucking going out there in Tampa and going 5,000 and
throwing for 40 plus.
Crazy.
I mean, shit, he went out there and was an MVP candidate for the first 2 years. I think year three, he still was up there in pass attempts too. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, he really did show out. I thought that was probably the pivotal moment for the GOAT for me. It wasn't just the championships, but it was the way that he transitioned from going to a new team with a whole new direction and being just as successful, whereas the organization he left fell apart. Like, the world just collapsed underneath their feet.
I mean, okay, life after Brady, immediately they brought in Cam Newton. And like, this was the old COVID, because Cam was tearing it up for the first 3 weeks. Then he gets old COVID, where you had to sit down for 14 days. Then when he came back, he was like winded. Like, and he kept saying too, he was like, man, it was just like, it felt like I was running with hella weight on me. I couldn't breathe still. It was bad. Like, you know what I mean? And then, you know, they do the Mac Jones thing the next year, and they don't even get aggressive to move up. They just let Mac Jones fall to them. And they actually get into the playoffs year one, but they get trounced by a division rival. because they ran into the buzzsaw that was Buffalo that year, because I think Buffalo was one of the favorites, as they usually are, right? But that was Buffalo, where that's like they've been ruling the division now at that point for a couple of years now, because Brady been gone, and like there's just then Belichick just retires. You know what I mean? He's like, all right, I'm done. And part of his retirement, he had it in his contract where he wanted Mayo to take over. So they go with Gerard Mayo, I think if I remember correctly. And then they did that for a year and then brought in Vrabel. Oh, they did that for 2 years. I'm surprised they didn't go Josh McDaniels, but it's funny because Josh McDaniels is back in the building. And Josh McDaniels shouldn't be a head coach. He should be.
He's best off.
He's a genius. I don't think he gets enough props because obviously he was with Brady. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he's very.
He just got to the Super Bowl with Drake May, right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Vrabel right now I think has the best shot of winning. He should be the preseason favorite to win Coach of the Year or whatever in Vegas.
I would say it's always guys like here's
Shanahan and McVay.
It's always Shanahan and McVay and even Matt LaFleur, because Matt LaFleur is one of the more winningest coaches since he's been a head coach. Like I think he's the winningest coach since he's been a head coach. Like I think he averages like 3 losses a year. Something like that in his career. It's something insane like that. It's pretty good for ever since but you could argue, well, he had Aaron Rodgers, but he's been kind of replicating that same success with Jordan Love now. So it's definitely a coach thing here. I mean, when you look at Stefanski, he's the one who I think is the money. We put money on him because if they could win that division, he could be the coach of the year. Because you got to look at the teams that take the shitty situations.
I see.
Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, that would be your favorite bet. Okay, I like that. See, I was just saying, we want the guys that are money. Vegas have at the top of their list.
Yeah, Vrabel's going to be one of the. Vrabel's going to be one of the more winning coaches. So, it wouldn't even be plus money if we're thinking in that.
And then the whole season they're just going to continue to talk about this fucking off-season bullshit. And I don't know. The noise in the NFL can get quiet pretty quick. Actually, that I think about it because these weeks are crazy. We know how it is. It's a fucking tornado goes through the city, and then all of a sudden it's just like, man, can you believe that they actually won? That was amazing. That was a great game, huh? You're like,
happens on any given Sunday. That's where the saying comes from. Any given Sunday or Monday, Thursday, Friday, Wednesday. We have a game all week this year. What?
I don't know if the rest of the world tunes into the Super Bowl, but probably they're not very entertained, honestly, because the last few Super Bowls have been kind of like whack. But you know how America finally tuned into the World Cup? I wonder if the world will ever actually tune into the Super Bowl, because we damn know that the people that appreciate the football, they tune in, but that's not the whole world.
I think they would. Do they already have the placements for the World Cup every? Because I know it's another 4 years, but because I feel like they should just have it in America a lot more.
It'll be in America next.
Tino said that. Harbaugh. Hey, the Chargers. So if you can get the Chargers to the Super Bowl, then you should win Coach of the Year. Yeah, that's true. But I don't think they're gonna get there.
Other Harbaugh too. Harbaugh too. John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh over there in New York. Because these are some of the keys.
No, man.
Here, let me point out some of the keys here. Some of the keys to winning Coach of the Year is when they look at the bullshit that they had to deal with. Like, for example, Shanahan should have been at minimum number 2 in that conversation last year because all the shit that he had to deal with, and he still got into the playoffs, won a playoff game on the road. You know what I mean? That's Coach of the Year. Stefanski the other year when he had the Watson go down, and he has the DTR experiment, and then he says, "Give me Flacco off the couch."
And the year before that was fucking Jack Campbell. Or not Jack Campbell.
Yeah, Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell.
Yeah, because he took a team that was a non-playoff team for hella years, and he made them the talk of the town in the NFL. You know what I mean? He made them one of the hitters that were in the Super Bowl conversation. You know what I mean? He was in the. I mean, shit. They were fighting for number 1. Shit, they were just the number 1 seed the other year. And they were one and done because they ran into the buzzsaw that was the rookie Jaden Daniels. You know what I mean? And where they went in there after they took care of Tampa, and then went into Detroit and took care of them really handily. It was insane. But yeah, I mean, you want to look at situations like that. Like Kevin O'Connell, if he can do it with the Kyler Murray and who has, you know, and they can get this team that wasn't in the playoffs last year back into the conversation. He could be head coach of the year. Same thing with Stefanski again down there in Atlanta. You know what I mean? Any of these new coaches,
I think the Giants will be improved for sure, Diamond Joe.
Yeah, and that's why I said other Harbaugh too, because that's another team hasn't been a playoff team since Brian Daboll and Danny Dumbass. And that was 2021, where they actually did win a playoff game. They beat the Vikings, who were on fire that year with Cousins. You get John Harbaugh in there, and every year someone new basically wins that division, except for the Eagles finally went 2 years in a row and broke that streak. But like, you know what I mean? You never know. Spin the wheel in the NFC East. I mean, I like the Giants as the favorite, but look, I mean, the Giants, the Cowboys as my pick to win.
Yeah, I'm about to say there's no way the Giants are your favorite.
But the Giants are the money here. If you want to pick a dark horse,
this is just for the head coach of the year.
Yeah, but that team's success is tied to that new head coach. So if they're a dark horse team, he's a dark horse candidate.
I don't see it yet, and I'll tell you this: their trajectory is like similar. Deep down, I'm being a Jets fan right now, and I'm saying that the Jets have a better record than the Giants do this season. Giants ain't nothing, man.
I mean, they got a fucking ferocious defense on paper, and like now they got a head coach who has a mad history of winning.
Minus Dexter Lawrence too.
Yeah, man. I don't think so, Joe. Man, I don't think that the Giants are there yet. They're on the same fucking like. They have a franchise.
I think the Giants are 7-win.
I don't know if I'm that confident in Dart and the head coach, whatever. And the rest of the team, you can put together a defense. That pass rush is definitely crazy, and I like a lot of the defensive backs on the Giants squad. I don't hate that defense. I just know that division's pretty strong, and that the Giants are probably the
king is. I understand Diamond Joe says they have a franchise quarterback, but he needs to learn how to use the
Commanders above the Giants. And the Eagles and the Cowboys are definitely better than the Giants. I just don't think that they're going to win a whole lot of games. I think there's so many teams. The NFC is tough, and the AFC is weak. So I actually think that the Jets in the first 8 weeks could actually be a 4-4 team, believe it or not. But this is being optimistic.
What's the schedule?
There's a stretch where it's not impossible. You know what we need to do is kick Salah's ass.
Oh, week 1.
Yeah.
And get some momentum. And build some momentum right out the gate.
Yeah.
Okay, the Jets schedule is
he's been telling everybody that we're gonna fucking kick their ass, blah, blah, blah. Like on the Jets, and secretly in the background been doing some things nice, and we do have a veteran quarterback, and we do have an offensive line that's kind of underrated, and that's what I want. I want to score some points. I know that the defense on the Giants is pretty nasty with the pass rush, but they got him. They got
the Jets start off with the Titans. That's a pretty winnable game.
Yeah, it's solid.
And then you get the Packers next.
We're not very good at the revenge narrative. The Jets
kind of suck at the Lions,
but that's okay. This time
then you get the Bears.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you get the Browns.
Okay.
Then you get the Patriots.
So 2 and 3 right there.
Then you get the Patriots.
Okay, so 2 and
Dolphins.
4. 3 and 4.
Then you get the Raiders.
Okay, 4 and 4. There it is.
Then you get the Chiefs.
4 and 5.
Then you get the Bills.
4 and 6.
Then you get the Chargers.
4 and 7. Okay,
then you get the Dolphins again.
5 and 7.
Hey, the Jets don't lose to the Chargers.
Then you get the Cardinals. Then you get the Cardinals.
We always beat the
Okay,
Chargers.
we'll give them that one. All right, so
Then,
they're at 6 and
Down
7.
to the
then you get the
competition.
Patriots again.
Okay, so the Patriots gonna sweep them, so they're 6 and 8.
Then you get the Vikings.
Okay, let's see. This is a toss up here. How good is Kyler at this point? Right?
And then you end with the
Is
Bills.
Kyler even, right? So you know
And then,
what?
and then
For
you
shits
end
and
with the
giggles,
Bills.
just because I love my man. So listen, we're gonna give them the win right there.
Then you end with the Bills.
Okay, so the Bills will sweep them. So they end 7 and 9. Let's go. Or 7 and 10 or whatever it is.
Yeah, I had them around 6 or 7 wins. The Jets.
7 and 10, but I'm just trolling Lee because you know what I mean. Maybe the Chargers don't lose to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely
They were
gonna be
looking at
losing.
6 and 10.
Hey, you counted a dub for the Chargers. I'm counting that as a win for the Jets.
Yeah,
I know the
that's what I'm
history.
saying.
Oh, that will be
I
a
counted them. I had
fun
them at
week
7 and
between
10.
Kitteh and I. That will be a fun week.
Yeah.
That will be some fun.
I don't want to lose to the Chargers week 15. You guys been talking about this matchup for 3 years. We're gonna
What's
play
up,
each other
Clark?
in 2026. I'm like,
Clock thinks that the Giants is gonna take a step up for sure. I think everybody agrees that the Giants is doing the
Hey,
right
you got John
thing.
Harbaugh there.
And
Yeah,
they,
but that team
pass
goes
rush
as
is
far as
super nasty.
Jackson Dart's health.
yeah, and then his competency, I'm not sold on his.
He might not be the smartest.
total fucking thing. Yeah.
You know
Hey,
what? Okay, look at this. What were they saying about Lamar? They're like, oh, they should make him a receiver. John Harbaugh's the only guy that was like, no. He's a weapon and he's a quarterback. He's not a receiver. He's not a fucking return guy or whatever. All that bullshit they were trying to label Lamar everything but a QB. You know what I mean? So he was the guy that had a hand in developing. What's his name? Lamar Jackson. They did go and bring in Greg Roman at one point. Greg Roman obviously was one of the architects for a young Kaepernick when he was with the other Harbaugh back in 49er land, right? But then you have, now you got this wild kid running all over the place, Jackson Dart. Maybe you can tame this kid. I mean, you look at the Lamar Jackson rookie year when they finally made the switch from Flacco to Lamar. Bro, Lamar was throwing the ball like 15 times a game. Like
we got some breaking news. I don't know if it's legit. Supposedly the Buccaneers traded Vea to the Broncos.
That's what I was gonna ask you. I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
I'm gonna check that. I haven't
that's
seen
probably
anything.
real.
I'm on my phone and I have everything lit up, and I'm not seeing a thing.
I
I'm
mean,
used to the street, but I'm not seeing anything from Adam.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
been the talk for this morning. We knew that he requested to be traded, and the Broncos would be a nice landing spot for Vea.
wow.
No,
It's
there's
an
nothing from Adam
Hey, it's
Schefter
an
or Mike
upgrade.
Garafolo.
But there's no first rounder involved, which is, I guess,
I've
not
seen
required,
nothing. I just
but that
checked
is-
everything. I don't know.
it's
It
the
says
second and
But
the
here's the
third.
thing, though, is like
But
he wants
it's
some
the
type of
28.
contract extension, so it probably didn't cost them too much in draft capital because it's like they're just dumping them. Man,
Oh,
Broncos
because
are
they're
doing
gonna
it,
have
dog.
to
That's a
pay
good
him a
pickup.
big chunk for
Hey,
his
that's a good-ass
third
pickup,
contract.
bro.
This would be his third contract. He's only gonna be getting paid top end.
Yeah, Vita Vea, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like,
this is the third time that they would have to pay him, right?
I mean,
this is
that would have been Tampa's third time of paying him. And Vita
Yeah.
Vea, I mean Vita Vea goes back to what, 2018, 2019?
All right, there's no trade. All he has is requested a trade. There is no trade at all.
yeah. I haven't. I didn't ever get notified, and you didn't say anything.
The only
Shout
thing
out
that
to,
he
Ace
does
Boogie.
want, he wants to be traded to a
Yeah, shout out to Ace
California
Boogie,
team.
though.
That's what came out this morning. He wants to be traded to a California team. That's
Yeah,
it.
we got.
He's from Cali.
Yeah.
He from my hometown area code, but he's from a place called Milpitas, but they got the same area code as my hometown. Shout out to Vita Vea.
Matt Henningsen. I don't know who Matt Henningsen is. Do you know that? Do you recognize that name? That's a defensive
Nah,
tackle.
man,
I don't
shout out
really
to Matt
pay
Henningsen,
attention.
man. I think that's a new name, man. Appreciate you pulling up.
No, that's the defensive tackle in
Oh,
Denver.
okay. Oh, okay. I was about to say. Oh, so he's
I
the
was like,
next
I
guy.
don't know.
Yeah, exactly, Diamond Joe. It's not legit.
Fake news. Yeah, it could be. Sure.
There's
I
nothing
mean, send
out
him to
there.
the Niners. Fuck it. Him and the guy from the Cowboys would be
And
nasty.
this is coming from a bunch of Niner gang that they're going, "Hey, come home, man, come home."
Yeah, come home to the Bay. He said it. Listen, he said he wants to go to the Niners.
They fumbled homeboy in Indianapolis right now. What's his name?
DeForest Buckner, bro. We should have never traded him away. You're right. We went and got fucking Javon Kinlaw, who they were calling Buckner 2.0. That was Buckner negative 2.0. Anyways, what was his name? Vita Vea. He said straight up, I want to go play in the Bay Area. There's only one team in the Bay. You know? I'm just saying. You know, I'm sorry, Raider fans. You guys are in Vegas.
There's nothing out there. So there's going to be a lot of teams lining up for him. I know that.
I mean, you know, the teams that are willing to pay him.
Exactly.
Niners got a lot of cap space, bro.
The Niners have the most money in the NFL.
Like, come the fuck on. Like, we're going to clear some more space, too, when we get rid of fucking Aiyuk, man.
Yeah, I think you guys clear up. I think it's 20 million, 20 to 23. Depending how it's done, I guess, from what I know or what I've read. Clark says Niners need him. We need everyone in case of injuries.
Come on, dog. We're battling.
What's up, Clark? Is Clark going to be in Vegas?
He might be able to swing it. I know he. Here's the thing: is like he works with the Seahawks, so
Yeah.
If they got a home team or a home game in the preseason that week, I don't think he's going to be able to pull up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I mean, shit. We can look at their schedule right now. Let's see. Let's put this pressure on the clock. Listen. If they're playing away, you got to pull up. Vegas, baby. He actually just came back from a little vacation. He was out there in the Dominican Republic tearing it up.
All right, so their preseason schedule is the Cowboys August 15th, Seahawks Titans August 23rd.
Where is that at?
Let's find out. It's going to be in Nashville, Tennessee.
See, there you go. Look at that clock.
Oh, man. Nashville,
up.
Tennessee. What is going on in Nashville, Tennessee?
Titans, Seahawks.
The Seahawks, third week preseason. Because that's the week. Because he was telling me, he's like, he didn't know the schedule exactly yet, or he didn't know someone else talking about it. Because he said there's a good chance he could go as long as the Seahawks don't have a home preseason game. Because
no, it's in Tennessee. Tennessee.
Let's go.
Is there a game in Las Vegas when we're out there? I don't think so.
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. What are you talking about?
The Raiders are playing the Niners.
Niners.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
and like
I think tickets are $125 each.
I'm not mad at
grouped
it.
together. But we were talking about like doing singles and stuff.
When is it? Is it on the Thursday night too? Is it the Thursday night?
Let me take a look.
That's kind of badass.
Vegas weekend, Diamond Joe. We got Niners, Raiders preseason. And I think it's the worst preseason game where all the nobodies.
Yeah.
all the greasy nobodies.
I do want to see that stadium.
No, they have it's the Raiders and the Texans August 20th.
Oh, it's Texans.
Oh.
How come we were talking about the Niners?
I don't know.
But that's in Houston. So the Raiders are up their other game. The Raiders play the Niners is the 27th.
Ah, boo.
All right.
And that's in Vegas. The 27th.
Somebody mentioned it, and I got excited because it did sound kind of fun.
No, it's the 27th.
Because we were looking at stuff before, too. We were looking at prices and everything. This is like a couple.
I know, right? And that's weird. Are you sure?
I know, but none of us caught it was on the 27th.
It's August 27th. Yep. 7 p.m. August 27th.
Okay, maybe we were looking at something from the previous year. What the hell were we looking at?
The first year that we were at the Platinum,
they listed ticket prices.
It was a Niner Raider game in Vegas, and I was on the plane with all kind of Raiders and Niners.
Fucking ticket prices if it wasn't a real game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You ain't lying.
We legit saw one section was 125, one section was 134. And then there were some sections that were definitely higher than that. But the ones that we were looking at, it was like 12 tickets.
Yeah, for 145 each.
Oh, okay, there it is. That's where we made a mistake.
All right, Jerry Jones.
Joseph said it
5 minutes ago.
He got excited because it's in Houston. But yeah, right. The Raiders are playing that weekend, but it's not in Vegas. It's in Houston, and we were looking at the prices in Houston.
Shout out to Derek and Tino. Jerry Jones said this. Just confirmed to reporters that he's in talks with another team about a potential trade as recently as yesterday.
He might be gone. You think he might be trying to go after Vita Vea? Him and Quentin Williams in the middle would be nasty.
And he says
they're definitely going to go to a baseball game.
He says the team is open to trading future draft capital to improve their roster.
The NFC North, Dominic Stanton. Shout out to Dominic Stanton. He wants to know who wins the NFC North. That's the toughest fucking division, man.
I'm gonna. What's crazy is like, who's more in the bounce back, right? Like, you think Chicago could hold it down, reign supreme again, or is like or the Lions in the bounce back spot here, right? Because Green Bay is never not in the mix, and then the Vikings, like with Kyler Murray in that defense with Brian Flores, maybe Kyler Murray could just do that much more on that side of the ball because they had 9 wins last year. That division is crazy. It was like
that division is tough.
I would still never sleep on a Detroit here, but man, if Chicago's defense is just that much more better, because look at their defense last year. They were one of the leaders in takeaways too. You know what I mean? I mean, shit. And they were one of the more runningest teams. At Chicago, they got the formula down, and this is kind of what the Lions were doing when they had Ben Johnson, right? So it's hard to sleep on Detroit, but man, Chicago, it's not a fluke. You know what I mean? It's not a fluke what they're doing, and him having Dennis Allen as the DC, that's legit. You got a guy who's a former head coach, and he could just handle all the defense while you learn to be a head coach. And now we're going into year 2. So you know what I mean? So I feel like the arrow's still pointing up for Chicago.
Chicago's a tough squad. That whole division is really tough. One thing that I can actually safely say about the Lions is that they have potentially a player that can outdo. He might have a career year this season.
Gibbs.
Gibbs with Monty out of the building, and then giving him that opportunity to fulfill a 3-down role. The whole
what's crazy? Their offensive line is a little
I want to say he might outdo Barry Sanders.
That's a little crazy.
Gibbs is that talented in my eyes. I think.
Okay, let's look this up. What's Barry Sanders' best season numbers?
Oh, he had like 2,200, 2,300 yards or something like that.
Getting 2,000 is with that 17 game. It could give him a little bit like, okay, this might be a fun bet in Vegas, like a future.
Barry Sanders that season.
All right, it was 1997. He had 2,053 rushing yards.
Yeah, I was going to say 2,300 sounded crazy.
6.1 yards per carry, 11 rushing TDs, 33 receptions for 305 receiving yards, and 3 receiving TDs. 305
receiving yards?
So 23.58.
Oh, you're right.
His 23.58 was his total yardage.
23.58.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you on this. Fuck it. This is dope. He's not sharing with anyone in my mind.
And he shared the MVP with Brett Favre.
Oh, he shared MVP with Brett Favre.
He's got one extra game to do it. 2 extra games?
I mean, it's we living in a 17 regular season, yeah. So 1 extra game compared to back then. I like that one. That's not too bold. That has some validity to it. This could happen. It's all him. They are a team that runs a shitload of plays too. You know what I mean? They're one of them fast-paced moving teams.
You got to get him the ball. He's so good.
Yeah, I mean, shit. He was 11th overall drafted. You know what I mean? Just right outside the top 10. And then I bet you if the Lions had a top 10 pick that year, they still would have spent it on him. You know what I mean? The Lions have been really knocking these picks out the park. And, you know, depending on how you feel about Jameson Williams, because, like, he definitely was drafted in the same year that they drafted him in the back of the first. That same year they drafted Gibbs early at the 11th spot. And then you had, you know, the year prior to that, they drafted St. Brown. The year prior to that, they drafted Penei Sewell. They've been killing it in their first-round picks. You know what I mean? They just took a lineman in this past draft because they definitely needed to address their line. They lost guys to retirement and just moving on to other teams. Like, it's all of a sudden.
Hey, thanks, Dominic. We appreciate the sub, man. I can't wait to see you back in the building. We do this a lot, especially during the regular season, 5 days a week, man.
Yeah, man. Man.
Yeah,
and that definitely gets you an entry into our signed JSN.
I will take a picture of that for JD.
Yeah, and you know, and we also want to big up our guy Heart to Start Guchinni at the Heart to Start Fantasy channel on YouTube. Definitely sub up to him as well, and you'll get another entry as well. And you know, all you gotta do is be subbed up, and then find any one of our social medias and just let us know. Boom, I'm him. You know what I mean? You just let us know who you are, so that way you know what I mean.
I just took pictures of the 2 new subs so I can send them to JD.
Yeah, on August 21st, we're going to be doing a handful of giveaways. So this gets you entered in all the giveaways. But the main item that we're giving away so far is the signed autographed JSN mini helmet Super Bowl 60 edition.
All right. In fact, if you didn't get it the first time when we did our intro, let's take a break real quick.
Yeah,
let's throw that out real quick.
What's good, gang? It's the Guchinni representing the Heart to Start podcast, tapping in to remind y'all that coming this August 20th, 2026, the second annual GWN The Westside League live draft weekend will be popping off. Now, you will see all the cast of characters that you see live on the GWN every day. You'll see a lot of people that's in the chat every day on the stream, and then you'll see some of your favorite content creators that you've seen us make content with in this conglomerate that we call the GWN 100%. So what you need to do is go ahead and like and subscribe wherever you found us at, and if you screenshot that you subscribe, we are giving away multiple giveaways during the live draft. 100%. We will be running our regular scheduling program. Thursday night will be Playmakers. Friday morning will be WYGU. And then later on that Friday will be the live Westside League second annual draft. And during the draft, we will have multiple giveaways like this right here. This autographed mini helmet of Jackson Smith and Jigba Super Bowl helmet. You're over at the GWN in the Heart to Start. We putting up championships on the wall, and we want to bless the people that rock with us who putting up championships on the wall. You know what I mean? With some of these little special items to put in your man cave, your she cave, you know what I mean? Whatever it may be. But yeah, make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe, because that's all you got to do to be entered to win this helmet. Click that bell, and then tune into the second annual GWN live Westside Fantasy Football Draft Weekend. 100%. Peace.
Shout out everybody that got ran over in my way. Feel low and I'm mad sober flipping way. Send them things down the interstate. I'm in the
Yeah, that's right. We got some great giveaways. That's one of the best. And not gonna lie, it doesn't get much better from the Super Bowl MVP and goddamn JSN, dude. Like, we're not even too far removed from when the great Ohio State receivers in the league, when he was getting drafted, they all said, because they all played together at one point, they were like, who's the real top dog in the building, right? Who's the alpha? everybody gave it up to JSN, man. That guy is he's a real fucking talent, and you might be looking at a true truly awesome prize and potentially something that's valuable. Fuck, because his career trajectory is through the roof at the moment. Especially for all the Ohio State guys, he's got the best trajectory out of all of them. They weren't lying when they said that JSN was the best Ohio State receiver. They definitely weren't lying in my eyes. Garrett Wilson's nice. Garrett Wilson's nice, but I don't think he's anywhere as talented as JSN.
Yeah, they're saying Jeremiah, the one that's coming out
Jeremiah
next year.
Smith.
They say he's
to
the
be
real deal.
determined, right? But yeah, the ceiling is just as high. And like I already mentioned, I think he's already for dynasty purposes. If the current season or the upcoming season goes to plan, then we do expect him to be a top 3 fantasy receiver asset in dynasty. Like if you were going to do a startup, Jeremiah Smith has the potential to go alongside the names of Puka Nacua and Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's crazy.
I mean, he's going to be drafted as such this year just because he's coming off of the number 1 receiver here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, he has a lot of hype to it. It's crazy. I'm not putting him up there by any means. I'm plenty comfortable with putting Amon-Ra and I think I put him above like Nico Collins at the moment.
It's just hard to replicate from year to year.
Jeremiah Smith to me is pretty much as sure of a fucking like a home run no matter where he lands.
We might could look this up, but like to my knowledge, only Antonio Brown in like the last 15 years repeated year after year in a row had a consecutive 2 years in a row being the number 1 receiver at one.
The last receiver to do back-to-back number 1 in fantasy.
I'm pretty sure it was Antonio Brown.
Tyreek Hill, and then
Tyreek Hill did it
in Miami. No, I don't think he had that one year.
I know he was one of those years. He was like top 5.
The 1 year he was.
Yeah, I think he was like number 3 overall or something like that. He definitely he definitely had 1,800 yards one of those years and led the league.
No, so yeah, he finished WR1 1 year.
Okay, so that was it that year.
Chase,
that might have been like 2024.
Chase could slip. If anybody's in position, it's the guy at top, right? So Chase definitely has the
potential.
Like whatever you're paying right now, you're
the reason I was bringing up
to get what you pay for, and you're probably not going to get much better because I think we've already seen his best, and you're going to pay for it.
JSN tends to be the guy that he's drafted off the board first at the position, just based on their chasing last year, right? And like the likelihood of him finishing as the 1 again it's not that high because
I think it's the 2 running backs and then Chase. That's the typical top 3. I think Chase is the number 1 off the board.
Occasionally, I would agree with that.
Occasionally, yeah, I too. It's hard for me to put
because I'm not afraid of
Puka. I'm a Puka guy too.
I'm living in a world that Joe Burrow doesn't get hurt. Like, yeah, I'll be mad as fuck if Joe Burrow goes hurt and I got motherfucking Chase. But like, listen, until he's hurt, you know what I mean? That's probably the best tandem as far as talent goes, throwing at a talented receiver. You know, you got talented quarterback throwing at one of the most talented receivers. This is the best duo.
Shout out to Jordan Tyson. I know we're talking about some
Ohio
elite
guys.
names, and Jordan Tyson wasn't playing for no LSU or Ohio State, but when he did actually go out there, that guy looks pretty nasty too. So we'll see what he can do in New Orleans. Jordan Tyson is another young receiver that in this rookie class that I'm excited about. Alongside with Carnell Tate, like I already said that, he's always been the number 2 guy anywhere he's been in his college career, anyways. But right
He's got a
now.
shot at being a one.
Right now, I don't know. What do you think Wandale or Ridley?
I think Wandale, it's a good chance he leads that team in receptions as far as that receiver group goes, just because based on his ADOT's going to be shorter, and he's already played in this system. He's going to play that same role. You know what I mean? Like, he's only been with Brian Daboll. You know what I mean? And now when Brian Daboll got to Tennessee, I was like, Wandale's going there. Like, it's just nowhere else. Because, just they needed that too over there. They need a slot presence who's predominantly a short yardage guy, you know what I mean? A shorter ADOT guy, you know what I mean? So, but Tate, I mean, yeah, it's especially if we're not paying too much up for Tate, where we could kind of house him and see what it do. I mean, like someone like McMillan was kind of drafted really high last year in redrafts, but he paid dividends, you know what I mean? Like, but like it was almost like he was drafted fairly high for a rookie, but it was still a decent value because everyone was burned from reaching up on Marv Harrison Jr. the year before that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Why were the Chargers so good at social distancing during the pandemic? They had been practicing playing in front of nobody for years.
Yeah.
It's okay.
We're all going to eat our words if the Chargers actually go on a run finally, because here's the thing. You just need to – I feel like that's a team. They just need to get a playoff win under their belt. And then they're at – it's going to give them the confidence they need, because I think that's the one thing that's – that's hanging over Justin Herbert's head whenever people – because they don't put Justin Herbert –
Why are you saying anything, Lee?
Why? Because I'm shutting my mouth. You know why? I'm used to this shit, because you know what? I'm going to let all that talk shit be done during the season. I'm not going to let that shit get to me, man. Just let it take.
There
you know
go.
What? It's talk. We're in the off season. I'm going to let that shit happen during the season.
Take the high road. Right?
Sometimes it's best to.
I'm just saying, though, like, Justin Herbert, like, if he had a playoff win under his belt, then maybe they'd put him in the conversation of like elite talent, because I don't know why.
Johnny, what's up, man?
What it do? Johnny in the building.
Oh,
Beck
didn't you say something about Johnny needs to do a video?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I texted him this morning if he could do like because we're gonna throw together an ad or a commercial type of thing for everybody that's in the West Side League competing. So everyone already submitted their videos, but like I texted him and AJ, because I think AJ hasn't sent one yet either. Yeah, it's going down. Shout out to our man Johnny Mittens. I was on the phone with him the other night when he had booked up, sometime last week. Oh, and I was texting with Diamond Joe, because I was asking when of the free agencies open up for this, where players we could, that's still available, and he says not for a while too. So it's about getting the contracts together right now, and pretty sure if people want to make trades, you can trade right now without having, and then you can still, but it's all due to price that was paid. You know what I mean? If you were to do a trade right now, and even during the season.
Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting time. I know a lot of people are returning. A lot of people take a hiatus, and I don't blame them, man. It's not necessary to be involved all the time. It's how we prefer things, but
yeah,
not every manager has to operate like we do. And when they do take a hiatus and they do return to their team, when it is kind of like, all right, now.
I mean, we're almost in August,
right? It's like
we're in the thick of it.
In Dynasty, if you're taking a vacation, you got to come back probably before August, just before August, man.
Yeah.
And then we'll
I'm shaking some shit up.
Yeah, you want to get involved in the rebuild before the preseason talk starts.
Yeah, and I'm trying to. I got to push more on this 32, because we have like, I don't know, 5 or 6 spots to fill. Then there's a couple of cats in there too that still haven't responded to me, whether they're coming back or not. Shout out to my man Obi and my man Ike. They're from my hometown and shit. Well, I think Obi's actually from the East Bay. Either way, yeah, they tried it out last year. I know they were digging it, so because it's bang for your buck. There's a lot of people. There's different type of competitors out there. Everyone that fucks with us, they're not anything to play with. These motherfuckers are all haters. You know what I ain't gonna hold it. You know what I mean? I don't like playing in leagues where motherfuckers is dead in the water. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in dynasties, we know the managers that handle themselves appropriately. And
Sure.
if you're in a position to rebuild, especially for the ones that are the orphan adopters, I got to give you guys all the credit. I don't do it, but the people that do it and they turn them teams around in one season. I've seen Bogey do that.
Yeah.
Bogey does it
Tino,
constantly.
I wanted that.
Yeah.
The first orphan I ever actually it was the second orphan I ever adopted.
Bakes. There's a
first-
there's a few of them. I can
Bakes.
think
I've
of.
seen him do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun. I mean, because it can be done from year to year. Like, I mean, okay, shout out to Sweetness. He just beat me in the Super Bowl. He was the worst team the year prior. And he went from literal worst to first.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Right?
I know, I hate him. Shout out to Sweetness. We tried to so for those that don't know, our man Fornicator that was in the chat. So like I said, he was in town yesterday. He came through rock with me. Pretty cool too, man. We just had we had the first official listening party for the trilogy that I'm dropping. You know, we went through in chronological order. You know what I mean? It's dope to see. He was the very first one to hear it all, and he's like, "You got to send me this." I'm like, "You get the exclusive, of course." You know what I mean? Because he was driving from basically Sac County to Santa Cruz County. So
Clinton Kubiak just said that Kirk Cousins is the starter.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
We knew that. Look at their schedule. You don't want to throw that kid out there like that. You know what I mean? And you would imagine the Kirk Cousins is going to automatically have the leg up on a system that he's already familiar with. And then here's the kid learning the NFL, right? So, we knew that was coming. And they've even been saying little things here and there about potentially not even playing the kid this year, or at least not playing him majority of the year. You know what I mean?
Protecting him. Protecting
him from himself.
I mean, you wouldn't want the kid to get fucked up and then there goes his confidence into next year, and then he gotta read all these fucked up blurbs about him and different articles talking about the Raiders they might have missed on Fernando and it's never a bad thing to sit. Who would you think is the best QB in the game right now that has it all?
Josh Allen. Oh,
okay. Let me reiterate that. Who has it all?
Who has it all?
Yeah, the titles, everything. It's Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That's facts. That's facts.
Yeah. He has it all. He has the talent. He has the hardware. You know what he did? Sat for a year. You know what I mean? They went super old school with him, and they were like, "All right, boom, he's gonna." You know what they were calling Patrick Mahomes? They were calling him a gunslinger. You know, he throws a lot. He has good arm, but he throws a lot of turnovers. He went over there and sat behind vanilla as Alex Smith for a year, who notoriously could take care of the ball.
Yeah.
So then he goes into his sophomore year, which is basically his first year starting, and Alex Smith is gone, and Patrick Mahomes is the MVP first year out, throws for 50 and 8 picks maybe. It was insane. He just learned, and I feel like you could credit Alex Smith to that. That's why when they finally won the Super Bowl, they gave Alex Smith the ring because of the shit that off the field. Or behind the scenes that no one saw that Alex Smith probably laced him up with, you know what I mean? That good game, you know what I mean? Just from what not to do, you know what I mean?
So here we go. This is a serious fantasy question, and this might be one of the turning points in the way that I philosophically draft.
Okay.
But if we're gonna be lucky enough to get a huge discount on Mahomes this season, and we're getting a full Rashee Rice,
yeah.
What? When do we jump?
QB8 or better.
When do we jump for Mahomes? Because we know he's gonna slip, but when is the right moment?
I still think he's going QB8 or better, honestly.
I don't think Mahomes slips that much.
He's going if we're talking super flex, he's the top 8 off the board. Let's bang some names out here. Pause. So no particular order. Josh Allen,
Drake
Lamar, Burrow,
May.
Jaden Daniels, because people are still going to pull him up over Mahomes. Are we in agreement so far, right?
Yeah. Do you take Dak over Mahomes?
I take Dak over Mahomes.
Oh, because I have Dak as like a QB10.
See, but here's the thing too: is like Mahomes is gonna go before Dak, so I'm more like, to really rephrase that, I'd rather wait on Dak. But Mahomes, getting a Mahomes is always like a top 4 guy off the board since we can remember. This is the only year he's coming off an injury, and he's gonna be ready for week 1. So I don't know. I maybe people are scared of the addition of Walker. That's gonna take. It's still Patrick Mahomes. I mean, I think it had all the high flying aerial attack was with Eric Bieniemy too. You know what I mean? And then you had to respect that so much that no matter who was their running back, he was eating, whether it was a Kareem Hunt or a Damian Williams or a Darrell Williams or a fucking whoever the fuck, everyone but fucking Clyde Edwards-Helaire for some fucking reason. You know what I mean?
Diamond Joe thinks Mendoza will be there by week 8.
Yeah, I hate
look
Kirk
at their
Cousins.
schedule, they're probably 0-8. Look at their schedule, they're probably 0-8.
Nobody.
I feel like they'll start him against Arizona.
Cousins.
They play Arizona at one point, and I feel like that would be his starting point.
Ooh,
If he says week 8,
yeah, because they'll be fighting for the first win of the season. Both of them will be 0 and whatever.
Okay, week 8 is against the Jets.
Oh, there it is.
We're gonna kick your ass. Yeah, no
there
way.
It is.
Yeah, that's
Looks
definitely
like it'll be a Jets win.
Week 9 against the 49ers.
Oh no, hold on.
Hey, we're winning the
It's
Niners
a revenge
too.
game. Geno
Niners always
game.
play down to the competition. And
Yeah,
find
they get
some
the
way
Niners
to
week
lose
9.
These weird games. Jets is winning against the Niners too.
Everybody and their mama I know is going to that game too. I think we might have to. I was telling my girl wants to go to that game.
The Jets? Yeah, everybody wants to watch the Jets.
The Niners Raiders.
Niners Raiders game. It's what is it? It's
in October.
Yeah, it's October 11th. Yeah.
Yeah, Raiders definitely travel like the Steelers, the Niners, the Broncos, the Cowboys, the Eagles, Packers, and that's probably it. For being honest.
Too. Oh, did you say Cowboys already?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And Eagles.
Yeah, whenever we host the Jets back in the days, you'll see 1, 2, maybe 20 Jets fans scattered out. You know what I mean?
Jets fans. We really do have a fucking solid fan base, and that's what attracted me to them. I was like, you guys are like the Chargers, but your fan base is solid. You guys, nobody bitched about them being in Jersey, but Orange County, LA, and San Diego, when you're in San Diego and you hear them going, that means something. Where everybody in New York, that's anybody, don't live in New York, they're already in Jersey, so hell yeah. That's as easy to get to the game.
What's hella funny is Booga, when we were all on that one time and then you had left the show, Booga goes, how dare him go to the Jets life after that's where LT went. He said that's where LT went. How dare him?
Oh yeah, I watched that. I went to that playoff game. I went to both of the playoff games and watched the Jets beat the Chargers.
He was like, all right, this is where I go one day.
Yeah. I was down with it because there were so many Jets fans there was a shit ton of Jets fans in the building.
It's so crazy.
I mean, that's San Diego. San Diego is a melting pot. It's like America. Yeah. It's everybody moves to San Diego. And so we have plenty of people repping New York, and they showed out at that. The last game that I went to was a Saints game, and man, Saints outnumbered Chargers fans by a grip. Breeze was already playing.
And the Raiders games, too. Every year back then.
Raiders? That's a blackout. They call that a blackout.
In Diego.
It's called the blackout. They don't got no blue in the. I'm telling you, Booga. I'm sorry. That's the fan base is still the same. Same old story, bro. Same old Chargers. It's like the Cardinals.
It's crazy because LA's hosting, and then I always keep forgetting that the Chargers are hosting too. I guess if you could say it, because that's their stadium too. Because I just keep thinking because the Rams.
Yeah.
Right.
It's technically their tenant though. It's not theirs. They're a renter. You know what I mean?
Good point.
I mean, shout out to Spanos. All right, Booga. All right, Spanos has been appropriating some finances correctly. So I'm gonna
Which
give you a
Fano is running
little
it now?
slack,
Which one of
but
the kids?
Dino is the worst. Alex was the GOAT. Dino is the other GOAT, the GOAT from hell. You know, not the actual GOAT.
Yeah, not the greatest of all time goat.
Yeah, yeah, he's that other GOAT. He's that Epstein Temple GOAT.
Oh no, no.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
that little blue and white temple they have on that island. That's what they say is inside of it. Is like some fucking statue of entity, and look like a goat.
Whoa, like Baphomet or whatever.
Yeah, that's exactly Baphomet.
Yeah. Yes, and for those of you that want to go down all kind of rabbit holes, be on the lookout for the new show coming at you, the Dunning-Kruger effect.
Yeah.
starring the Catman and myself, and we're going to take you guys down. We know everything. I'm telling you. So we're going to tell you everything we know. We are some know-it-alls.
Hey, and I invite all the experts in the building. If we get an actual expert tuning in and going, these Dunning-Krugers are fucking idiots. Hold on.
Yes.
Let me call in. Hey, we got a
Right.
spot for you. We got a.
This is exactly
we'll get
what
a
we
toll
want.
free. We'll get a toll free whatever internet line.
I bet you we can
call,
get.
You can call in live and you can tell us about aliens and physics and
That's so funny.
We just need to holler
archaeology.
at Neil deGrasse Tyson. Be like, listen, we got this joint called the Dunning-Kruger effect, and we totally need you on there because you're going to be the only one that actually knows something.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about a bunch of.
We're going to swear we know it all, though.
We're gonna carry an actual.
We're going to carry the load.
Conversation. It's gonna go somewhere. It's gonna be nice. All right, we're just not gonna,
We know enough.
Yeah.
We're going to swear we know it all.
From an expert in this one, please. When it comes to the pyramids, what's really going on?
Thoth just thought of it, and it happened just like that. Bink. That's my new theory. I've been going with this one for like the last couple of weeks. I was like thinking, okay, if Thoth is like the Atlantean priest god, and he's like has all, he even in the Emerald Tablets he says, build I will the Great Pyramid. You know what I mean? Boom, he did it. He did it.
I mean, structurally, it's the most sensical, easiest structure to create that is tall. Back in the day, especially.
Have you seen the effect of what?
It's all speculative of how they got so much precision on these cuts, but I think we're just ignorant because we lost the records, and we're not giving humanity enough credit that we can fucking do cool shit. Honestly, I think we're freaking out and thinking that we're not good enough for some reason. But no, I think we're give us hundreds and hundreds of years to be the best rock people.
Hey Marco, to answer your question, the first international
right now
game
we're
is
not
the 49ers.
Hold on.
Fucking care. We got better material. We got metal.
Sure.
Metal will send us to space. Rock can't. That's where it's so stupid. Where an alien, why the fuck would they fuck with rock when they got, they got to fucking worry about spaceships?
Well, these rocks have a material in them where you could, conduct like electricity and things of that nature. Like,
sounds like you're talking about metal, bro.
Is that what's in these stones though? Like all the limestones and everything they built out the different kinds of granite and salt rock, and they're built out of different shit for a reason, right? Like,
I don't know.
It's like a
silver, and then gold, and then what's really interesting?
Yeah, because wasn't the pyramid like plated with like something? The Great Pyramid at one point was plated with like some kind of white paneling, right?
Limestone.
Yeah, some white limestone.
And then at the top was gold.
They had a gold cap. And this motherfucker was like a power plant that was powering the whole world, essentially. Allegedly.
Well, allegedly. or
it's
whatever.
a theory.
And actually, I don't allegedly say that because if you go to Egypt, nobody out there is saying, "Oh yeah, it was a power plant," and they would be like, "No, it's the tomb of fucking Khufu."
Yeah. The tomb, the dimensions of where his sarcophagus would have been, it fits the perfect dimension. It fits the exact measurements. However many cubits that they said, in ancient shit, that and it's the same measurements as the Ark of the Covenant. So they believe like the Ark used to be placed in there and it powers this whole bitch. And they had you had the Nile River, and then you also had like waters that ran underneath the pyramid, and like I get something with the water running, and it creates electromagnetic.
I've seen that video when I was like 6 years old. Johnny Mittens, it was cool. This guy took a copper, which was like the best metal that they could get. They could get iron and bronze and iron and copper and make bronze. It's iron and copper.
Ore? Is that what they call it? Ore?
It's iron and copper make bronze, and it's still pretty soft, but they're able to create metal.
The Bronze Era.
And that was the tool. And on some of the saws that they use, what happened is it's not the metal that eats through the rock, it's actually sand. So they have a rotation, and trust me, it took hundreds of years to build these things, and they're working 24 hours a day.
In seconds.
And this is just how you got paid. These people got paid.
The power of the mind.
And they had a society and the whole bit. They were just building shit out of rock. That's just the way that's the way that time was. Anyways, they demonstrated, and they cut through the same rock that the pyramid is made out of, and they use the bronze and sand. The abrasiveness of the sand and the motion and the heat derived from the saw that the two guys that was going back and forth for an hour. They were able to start slicing through the rock. It would take hours and hours and hours to cut through the whole thing, but you got to remember there was more than 1 million of Egyptians.
Hold on.
This was a nice place to live, Cairo. It was the River Nile was.
What did they call it before that? Before it was Cairo, they called it like
Alexandria was Alexandria was the other city, and that was
Alexandria was basically the world when he was ruling shit.
On the coast, Egypt. So where Cairo is, it's not on the coast, and then where Alexandria is, it is on the coast. So Egypt is a coastal country.
They called it Kem. I think that's what they called Egypt back then, right? Kem. Or Cairo. They called Cairo Kem.
If you really want to.
Hello, Denner Kruger effect. I'm gonna act like I know.
I think Plato was confusing Alexandria, or when he described Atlantis, because I think he was doing fiction right there when he was describing Atlantis. He was using a lot of what Alexandria was.
But he was also what was Plato's uncle? He had like an uncle that he got most of the descriptions of Atlantis from him, because it was like who
Aristotle?
Came first? Is it whoever went? There was a philosopher that went to Egypt, learned all.
I think Plato was the first person to actually describe Atlantis.
Okay, so Plato went to Egypt. It was his first description that was picked up years later by another philosopher, another Greek philosopher. Help me out here. So when Aristotle. And he started talking about the 3 centric circles, and all that description came from Plato's.
Yeah, because Plato was verbal story and then a little bit of writing, but like the Platonism is is like what we use in psychology, or not psychology. What is that? Philosophy. Yeah, philosophy. My bad. He's one of the originators of that, because before the Greek, there hasn't been any written record.
Who said I
But
think
Plato was kind of like before written records even existed, kind of like that's how old he is.
Who said I think for there I am or something like that?
I don't know. That's a good one. Socrates is another one. Yeah, Socrates is what Plato wrote about. So Socrates is not necessarily considered true. Like he might not be an actual person.
Cool.
Because Socrates
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Plato wrote about Socrates, and looking back at the
there's no record of a Socrates.
There's not really any evidence of that guy, but Plato, yeah.
It's funny. I actually just threw Socrates in a bar yesterday or the other day. I said,
it's like the Greek gods.
I said, what I say? Oh, I said, focus was the hammer that broke the chains of poverty. I'll be on a shroom thinking like Socrates. You know what I mean? Because I was like, I just need a philosopher right now. I didn't know he was a made-up guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
The bar still hits hard.
Yeah, Plato. That's kind of the prelude to modern philosophy, and then a lot of it kind of sticks because the questions are paradoxical and stuff like that. So some of the first like deep thought. Not a lot of wealth yet. I think what happened in Babylon, they invented money and they allowed kind of like classes. And then once those classes had the time to like not worry about shit, then they started worrying about shit. That like is like far out. And then the Persians, they invented some nice maths, and then eventually later on we get Newton. He invents calculus, and then that's when we were able to like do different theoretical stuff. And then we get quantum physics, which quantum physics allows us to have this internet and your cell phone and all that stuff. That was in 1920. And ever since then, there really hasn't been any huge breakthroughs. But, hopefully it's biological next. Because I'd love to cure cancer. Physics is cool, but I'd like to be able to figure out how to live longer. It would only be like, I would only accept it if you were able to die. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to like take something and then all of a sudden I'll never die or something. You know what I mean? I want to like die eventually. I don't want to live forever, but I want to live a long time. I want to be like Yoda, 900,000 years or something like that. That sounds dope, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, JD just texted me. I got a power hour at 3:15 today. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I'll just save all this news for Friday. It'd be a better show. A hell of a lot of show.
Well, I guess we could call it a quits.
Let's wait till Bogey gets back.
We've been rocking for a good minute now.
3 hours.
3 hours, yeah.
What's
right
this?
after
Johnny Mitten says sand and water. Yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah, sand, water, aggregate like a motherfucker. It's a lot of people, a lot of hard work and labor, and then human ingenuity. I mean, some people just don't give us enough credit, or we like to find ways to discredit what we can do. I mean, you take whatever we have, at this moment for granted, or appreciate the science and the progress of the science to get us to where we're at. Not saying it's all fucking rainbows and golden everywhere, but
hey, Johnny Mittens, I know that. I'm 45. My knee hurts. Shit, our bodies fall apart, man.
Yeah. Hey, there's
I remember hitting 40, and after 40, my body was like, "Fuck, you don't even belong to me."
Hey, there's a real science
real.
behind reverse aging where it wouldn't necessarily be painful. True science. It might not be any time in our lifetime, but the potential of in genetics and fucking with them to make your body rejuvenate. Remember the reality is nature, and if you've seen anything crazy in nature, then it can probably be genetically modified in the future for us. So the X-Men, the all that stuff, that's really not too far-fetched in the far future when we can genetically modify people and potentially make them strong at certain traits. And wouldn't one of them be fucking Wolverine? Wolverine would be like amazing, and a pain at the same time. But then like it just gives you an excuse to be an alcoholic, and that's what he chose to do anyway. So you're like, man, I fucking hate my life. There's nothing in this world that can fuck me up, and all I want to do is fucking get in a fight where it's even matched and I can really go at it and feel like this dude fucked me up, you know. That's the type of mentality Wolverine had anyways.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering what kind of conversation I just jumped into.
Wolverine, yeah.
Yeah. You know what's crazy too? Wolverine,
genetically
he has
modified humans in the future, Bogey. I think we're gonna be so good at genetic modifications that we're able to make like X-Men type of humans.
I'm with you. Think about this. Like for stuff like Wolverine, right? He obviously had the rejuvenation properties. So
Yeah.
and he had little man syndrome. He was fucking everybody up. You know, in comic book accurate Wolverine, he's like a 5-footer, you know, 5'2" maybe. You know, he's a savage.
Yeah.
But he's also at one point when they grafted his whole skeleton with adamantium. So he walking around like at 300 plus pounds, just in pain all day, but you know, his body just keeps rejuvenating constantly. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So he's just angry. I still feel it. Still feels the constant pain, but even though his body keeps it in check. Yeah. That's why when they do the old man Logan story, he starts getting like adamantium poison, like because now his rejuvenation properties have they've weakened tremendously from, you know, the his body constantly having to rejuvenate because it's just being torn up from the inside by this adamantium. You know what I mean? But he's awesome. He keeps healing, so it's like fuck it, we're going with it. I didn't watch the new X-Men. They came out with season 2 of X-Men '97, but I haven't started yet. But they're definitely picking up from when Magneto ripped the adamantium out of Wolverine.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And in the comics, when they do this, he goes on through like a feral Wolverine phase where he like runs off, and, you know, because runs off into the woods and he's got the bone claws again because, you know, he healed up after he got the whole shit ripped up out of him. But he also goes like kind of crazy for a little while there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd imagine, bro.
Feral,
like, could you imagine
Wolverine.
Having to recover from losing your skeleton or whatever the fuck?
Yeah.
Losing your skin, the whole body,
everything.
Bro,
you know,
yeah.
he healed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Only the adamantium was removed because, you know, you can't.
So then, you know, the Deadpool Wolverine thing. That's an interesting idea. Like, who has the better I think Deadpool has to have the better one, right? Until he gets eventually to hell all the way.
Deadpool was a human first.
Yeah, but he already went to hell, so he was recast, right? Isn't he kind of like Spawn?
No, that's Spawn.
Oh, he's not like Spawn?
No. So Deadpool, he was a mercenary. He was like a hitman for the government. And then they have what they call the weapons program. That's why Wolverine is Weapon X. So he was the 10th experiment by the weapons program. This is some government shit. They're doing tests on mutants, making them like killer weapons. So Wolverine, they grafted him with the adamantium, and they were going to erase his mind. And then they did erase his mind. And then so for a little while there, he worked as Weapon X. Just, you know, killing for fucking the government or whatever, you know what I mean? And
is that when he found Chudiko or whatever her name is.
So he eventually, mind you, he don't
Kitana.
have any of his memories for hell long, right?
Oh.
So like he finds himself into Japan, and he has that whole arc with that chick you're talking about,
right?
And then he trains with like somebody over there. So he just becomes a super badass, even more trained killer, though. You know what I mean? Like he's like a ninja now too. You know what I mean? His story, Wolverine's story, is badass because he's been around for a couple hundred years. You know what I mean? He didn't fight in all the wars, but then you get to Deadpool. So now, like I said, in the weapons program, and Deadpool. So he's a mixture of like all kind of motherfucking shit. You know what I mean? But like they genetically enhanced his rejuvenation properties that they got from Wolverine and other, I'm sure, Sabretooth and other mutants that had that type of ability. And then they put it into Wade Phillips, or Wade, is his name Phillips? Wade Phillips? Anyways, it was just Deadpool. And like, yeah, like actually the Deadpool movies where they show the little origin, it's not too far off.
Well, the first time I ever remember seeing Deadpool was when he was trying to be with the X-Men.
In the comics, or?
On a TV show.
Oh yeah. The cartoon back in the day.
Yeah, there was one of the TV shows. I remember seeing Deadpool for the first time.
He's the merc with the mouth. He's already, they've already making him say wisecracks.
Yeah.
In the comic, somewhere in the comics, like in the 90s or whatever, maybe even late in the early 2000s, they had an issue where Deadpool makes a comment. He's like, yeah, because he always breaks the fourth wall. He's like, yeah, and he's like, and one day, what's his name? Ryan Reynolds will play me in the movie adaptation, and it actually came to fruition. It's kind of funny.
They wrote that out like that.
I mean, I don't think it was exactly planned. It was just like a joke, because the merc. When you read Deadpool comics, he's killing hella fools and joking about it the whole way, and he's breaking the fourth wall. Like he's one of the more violent Marvel characters, but he's hella funny too. Like that's how they kind of try to. Yeah, that's why he was the fan favorite. He's badass and he's funny. Yeah, and the Deadpool action figures back in the day, like if you found one, and that shit, those shits were hella rare too. Like before the movie, where they barely made Deadpool figures. If he came out like in the Legend series or something, that was like a highly sought after joint.
Yeah.
Right. Then when the movies come out, things become more valuable. Like Cable, I remember my partner, he needed some money. We were in high school, and this is when they still had comic stores. Like, so he went to the comic store. He had a Cable #1 and it was like with the ticket of authenticity or whatever, the certificate or whatever. Fuck. And the guy was like, "Listen, I'll give you $15 for it." And he's like, "You don't even give me like 50?" And he's like, "If there was a movie out, he's like, then it would be worth more." He said straight up. And it's funny because like I'm pretty sure that Cable probably earned a little bit of more bread. Might not be too crazy still, because it's not like he had his own movie, but he was definitely all in those motherfucking Deadpool joints. That would be cool if they did like a Cable series, because that's another guy, like he's a time traveler, so he's all in the mix everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit, my bad. Did we even do the news? Did we not do?
No, I got a power hour in about a half an hour.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So with JD, yeah, he's gonna do it. What we're gonna do? 1:15. Yeah.
He's going. He's going to marathon today. Let's go.
4 shows today.
Yeah.
But Friday's show is gonna be lit though, man. I got a good. I had also got some. Jerry Jones says it's good. The deal that they have in place with George Pickens is to make him a Cowboy for life.
There we go.
See, I was just saying that earlier, bro. I guarantee there's an offer already.
No, that's why it's taking so long. They want to make him a Cowboy for the rest of his career.
About it.
That's what they're talking about.
Show the league that we can get 2 alphas and pay them. That will change the fantasy, like the spectrum. I think we'll get a little bit weaker divisions.
We haven't heard a peep out of George Pickens. Pickens has been doing everything you're supposed to do. He's doing all the fucking football operations. He hasn't held out on nothing. So he might know that this deal's they're gonna get met on his number. You know what I mean? Dan, he might try to reset the market for who's the highest pay right now, Chase?
Right now,
Puka's the next one in line to reset it. Puka's the next one.
It's got to be Jamar Chase
before this year too.
It's got to be Jamar Chase, right?
Jamar
the one that's making the most.
Or St. Brown.
No, it's
the next one is 30s.
Puka. He's like in the
Puka's
30s,
the next one to get paid.
Yeah, it's definitely Chase right now. Chase is getting.
Oh, it's JSN.
Oh, JSN
just got paid. Yeah,
JSN
right,
I forgot. Paid. I was just saying he's gonna get paid.
Puka's the next man up. Okay, and Pickens is right. The next person up usually resets the market, and he's in line to be competing with Puka though. So I don't know.
I know, but see, that's the thing.
But Puka's
like, there's a good chance they let Puka play this year out, and then he will guarantee to reset the market next year. You know?
Well, they have a bunch of players they got to pay the range. They got to pay a lot of the
Pickens will sign before Puka.
Yeah. I mean, it's also
that's the only way that he could reset the market.
And Puka, he's a later round drafted guy, so this is literally his last year. They could even tag him and do all that shit they're doing with Pickens right now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. They could.
Yeah.
All right, man. You want to
we
wrap
can put
it
a
up?
bow on this one.
Yeah, we can put a bow on it. Wrap it up.
Shout out to everybody. You know what I mean? That's been rocking with us for the style. Well, you know what I mean?
I also sent JD those two names that were in the chat that subbed up, so he has them.
For sure.
Oh yeah, and if you're still rocking with us out there, we got plenty of content. As you can see, we got another one lined up already. Go ahead, like, subscribe.
Come back for the Power Hour.
Get that notification
coming up here in a few.
Yep, in about 45 minutes.
If you want, do us a favor. Look at some of our old streams and leave a comment and yeah, man. Just check out the channel, bro. And
appreciate y'all.
And also thank you for tuning in to show 1000. Thank you, 1, everybody.
1,000.
Come on, we've been getting it. Yeah, man. Shout out to the Neon Peacock. Shout out to the Guchinni fella. Shout out to Diamond Joseph. You know what I mean? Minnesota Den. You know what I mean? Everybody in the chat, man. I don't want to forget nobody.
There's a lot of people to thank.
Shout out to Derek. You know what I mean? Like Emil. You know, everybody that's been rocking with us every day, man. We really appreciate y'all letting us be part of y'all lives, man. You know what I mean? Because you know, for those of y'all that tune in, man, we're part of y'all morning, Tuesday and Friday morning routines, man. And that's dope, man. So shout out to all y'all. We definitely, I know it sounds cliche to say, but it's so true. We couldn't do any of this without any of y'all. You know what I mean? So shout out to all the GWN fam. You know, we appreciate all y'all.
Peace.
Yo, peace out. Here we go. Hold us down.
Scott! Yeah, let me quarterback this. We came a long way from throwing money in the mattress. I played a long game to get rich. They say the game is a bitch, but the bitch is the baddest. Bowie Scott Flame won't change my name like I'm Cassius. Keep flame cause I'm cautious. I'll burn you to ashes. Double cross the bosses and get hit with the ratchet. Can't fuck with suckers, that shit is contagious. Count 100 down, blowing clouds, hella anxious. Maybe a doctor, but I ain't got no patience. All top shotters on my roster, they gon' race shit. Transporting weight cross states in my spaceship. Scot free, but I ain't nothing free, bro. Allegedly 4 feet in my Pico. Out the east, all the freaks call me Guapo. All the way out the way, but I'm still getting guap though.
Channel, man. I like this. Yeah, 100,000 wanted now, I know it take time. What you know about taking chances crossing state lines? Knowing if you get yanked, it ain't no state time. They say chances make champions, so I take mines. Ain't no stopping, I'm gonna go who cut the brake lines. My dog died, we was kids, I'm trying to raise mines. Big ol' 40, it's a sig, gon' raise lines. Never speak on what I did for the gang sign. Niggas on some lame time, I be on some bullshit. I be in the gym, but I ain't training for no no CrossFit. Really running plays, I fucked around and got exhausted. Caught up in my ways, I had a dream that said I lost it. I sent that shit to Austin. I was in the Deebo. Real trap nigga, but I ain't never touched a kilo. I'm something like Vito, something like Chapo. I've been out the way, but I'm still getting guap though.
Gentlemen, Prop 1, that's him. You know, we back in business. For sure though. Okay. Let's go. We back in business, the dynamic duo. You know, numero uno with the Prop 1 production. We bumping out your speakers. Freestyles killing them like LA leakers. She a freak, bruh, if she bent over in every IG post, TikTok freak bot. Chat GPT, no matter what, they ain't fucking with Bogard or the block, baby. Bitches down to go deep like the Navy. Shorty only met me on the first night, now she wanna have my baby. Can't let these groupies make these movies and try to slander a nigga and put suck on my name. What happened to the game? Lanes done trying to take over the landscape. Niggas migrate, try and get a rebate. Politicking, gotta debate pros and cons. This is it, what? Bogard in the block be the shit, what? Let's get rich, what? Money falling from the sky, can't quit, what? Now pop the bottles, get a spliff and get lit, what? This is it, what? Bogard in the block be the shit, what? Let's get rich, what? Money falling from the sky, can't quit, what? Now pop the bottles, get a spliff and get lit, what? This is it, what?
I can't be left to my own device. Looked in the mirror and I had to take my own advice. See things clearer, I had to go and roll the dice. Smear all your mascara cause y'all hoes in life. This the type of dope with the stamp, bro. Can't make too much noise, I keep my camp low. Band on the run, counting banzo. I do this shit for fun, this shit come natural. Money falling from the sky like it's magical. Still mean business even if we dress casual. Even when I'm rich, I still demand some more. Ass Interpol, we international. Smash like a grand national. Bogey in the block, we got everything you asking for. Yeah, you know my status quo. Shout to all my concrete
this is
jungle
it,
animals.
Bogard in the block be the shit, what? Let's get rich, what? Money falling from the sky, can't quit, what? Now pop the bottles, get a spliff and get lit, what? This is it, what? Bogard in the block be the shit, what? Let's get rich, what? Money falling from the sky, can't quit, what? Now pop the bottles, get a spliff and get lit, what? This is it, what?
Scott! Yeah, let me quarterback this. We came a long way from throwing money in the mattress. I played a long game to get rich. They say the game is a bitch, but the bitch is the baddest. Always Scott Flame, won't change my name like I'm Cassius. Keep flame cause I'm cautious, I'll burn you to ashes. Double cross the bosses and get hit with the ratchet. Can't fuck with suckers, that shit is contagious. Count 100 down, blowing clouds, hella anxious. Maybe a doctor, but I ain't got no patience. All top shotters on my roster, they gon' race shit. Transform way